from the Indus Valley civilization to modern times, and is known for its rich philosophical traditions and spiritual depth. Embracing the rich heritage and lineage of Indian knowledge system, we should uphold the carry forward the wisdom that has been passed down through generations. India is the foundation of a number of practices in almost every field, from arts to astronomy, commerce to culture, mathematics to management, pure science to medical sciences, spirituality to sustainability, language to national language, processing, Ayurveda to anthropology, agriculture to artisans. Warfare to weaponry, Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism and Sikhism and many more. They need to be documented and discussed in various forums. Today's FDP will expose the possibilities and challenges in this regard. It is overwhelming to see this August Assembly here. Certainly, we will be encouraged to arrange more such programs in future. I wish the program a grand success. Thank you all.
So thank you so much for those wonderful words. So truly said that yes, Indian knowledge system nurtures creativity, critical thinking and ethics. So it's time to hear from my esteemed guest, Regional Vice President AIMS, Engineer Saroj Kumar Sahu. To talk about Sir, Engineer Saroj Kumar Sahu is a distinguished audit educator and institutional builder. With his phenomenal leadership and commitment to academic excellence, he has created platforms for nurturing talent and fostering innovation among students. Engineer Sahu is the Regional Vice President of Association of Indian Management Schools as the Odisha chapter, where he actively works towards strengthening management education and enhancing academic collaboration across the state. With this, let's put a huge round of applause while I request Sir to address the August gathering. Sir, please.
Esteemed dignitaries on the dais, principal of the institute and advisor of the institute, and across the dais, guests and beloved faculty members. So it is a great occasion again to associate with you all. At the outset, I wish you a very good morning, all of you. Good morning, please. Thank you. So, I'll start with a brief introduction about Association of Indian Management Schools. Then we'll discuss something about the topic that is IKS. Then we'll conclude about what is the roles and responsibility of each and all faculty members of management education for this purpose. Let me put you in this perspective. Association of Indian Management School is an association of around 648 members across the country, having highest members institutions in Western, next is South, then East, our part, then last is North. You'll be happy to note that in Eastern part there are 79 member institutions of AIMS, out of which there are 25 universities. That includes almost all the government universities of Odisha and West Bengal, some universities of Chhattisgarh and Assam, also Jharkhand. Again, it will give an immense pleasure to me also to inform you that out of the rest of the 54 colleges, the top-notch management institutions like I am Kolkata, I am Sambalpur, and I am Ceylon, XIMB, IMI Bhubaneswar, and Keep Song. They are the member of the Association of Indian Management Schools. Why I am putting this perspective before you all? This is a platform or a huge platform for all of you particular to have a better network with the different faculty profile which are available in those institutions. As a member institution, you have every right and opportunity to have a better network with them. You can collaborate, you can access and collaborate, and you can develop yourself to next level of yours. That is a great opportunity I awaiting all before all of you. In a very short, the journey of Association of Indian Management Schools Odisha chapter, it is quite long, historical, but till 2020, it was almost in a dormant stage, having a membership of 17, and at that juncture, Professor Vidubhushan Mishra, he was the HOD of Utkal University MBA department that time, and I myself, we started re-networking with our existing members and using our proximity in 2-3 associations in Odisha, because I am the General Secretary of Engineering Schools Association of the state. There are 125 members in that association. I am the General Secretary since last 22 years. Most of the promoters of those polytechnic, now they are the promoter of different engineering college or MBA college or MCA college. It helped us starting or pushing it, our benefits to those non-member institutions, and we have started with a different approach that we hold the meetings in different member institutions instead of doing it in a central place. Within 3 years of time, it is almost more than a double member we have amassed in our state. Our present number is 36. We started with 70. So it is again helping us, because last 4 days before we had a chapter meeting at IMI. Before that we had at Centurion University. Prior to that we was having at Sri Sri University. Like that we are holding our chapter meetings at different places, and we are coming in contact with different profile of faculty members of that institutes and connecting the faculty, the interested faculties, those who are coming to the chapter meeting. So on this platform, I will request all of you again, please utilize this platform as a platform for learning and development. All of you. There is ample of opportunity. Apart from that, at all India level, this association is the only association that is conducting several competitions for faculty members. Of course, you can recollect the effort of IMA, NISM, NIPM, NSDC. There are so many other associations or professional associations are there for management education, those who are dealing. However, this association is holding every year lot of FDPs, like today you are organizing all over the country. In every year, AIMS is sponsoring not less than 70 to 80 faculty development program, 30 national and international conferences, and some roundtable emerging area discussion platforms being created by associations from Indian management schools. Of course, it is in different zones or different regions. In our state also, by now, we have told for this current academic year, we have started and we have promise of around 4 FDPs, 2 national conference and 2 international conference is awaiting during this coming academic year. So I am sure it will be immensely helping you building your academic passion as well as your networking with the other faculty members of the state. On this occasion, it is a again matter of pride for Association of Indian Management Schools. We have conducted 4 months back is faculty development program of 2 days at Kalina Stadium, Tennis Court Auditorium, in collaboration with the Biju Patnaik University of Technology. It was a wonderful success. It was attended by 150 faculty members of affiliated college of BPU. I am sure some of you might be there. It was extremely well attended, and 2 of the resource persons, esteemed resource persons, they are here also. You will be getting benefit out of them. That is, one is Bharat Das, he is wonderful from Citizen University, and the person on the right hand side of yours, Mr. Devasi Satodi, he is a very close friend of mine. He is working with the NBCC. He is having a repository of more than 1,000 videos on Ramayana and Mahabharata and its relevance with management education. You pick any topic on management education, he is having a video and he is having a discussion on it. It will, I am sure, it will be very interesting and it will be quite learning for you to implement such Indian knowledge system content with your student with such type of examples and video backups. As you all, we are discussing the last 4-5 years, Indian knowledge system is part of the NEP 2020. After how many years our education policy has been changed? Anybody can guess?
20 years plus.
20 years. No. After 34 years, Government of India has taken this initiative of implementing a new education policy. That means 3 decades, right? And since last 2-3 days, you might be listening in Nepal the disturbance by whom? Gen Z. They are born after. That means there are 2 generations. After 3 generations, Government of India has thought to implement a new education policy. Over a period of time of 34 years, there is a huge change in technology. 34 years back, or by now it is 39 years, 5 years has been spent. The technology of that time and the present technology and intervention of AI and requirement of universal human values and requirement of Indian knowledge system bringing back to forefront of our teaching system, there is a huge requirement. After 2014, this present government, they had a focus on certain issues before us, that India was aspiring to become a Vishwaguru. What is that concept? Concept is to lead from the forefront in many fields being decided by Government of India or being planned by Government of India. NEP is a transformative policy to reshape our Indian education system from KG to PG. In every stage of education, they have a different plan of action, how the learning quotient will improve. That is the major challenge before all of us. Because in entire education system, it was a rote education system. We was not emphasizing on the learning. We was emphasizing on acquiring the certificates. I hope you are all aware, 4-5 years back, Google has started selecting their employees on the basis of skill, not the certificate. Time is not far away for all of us. We will be selecting the people on the basis of their skill, not on the basis of their certificate. NEP 2020 is having that type of aspirations. This policy emphasizes multidisciplinary, holistic, and value-based education for our younger generation. And it will be aligned with ethos of Indian knowledge system. Earlier we was having the knowledge system. It was more influenced by what? By? Yes, Western knowledge system. Right. Till date also, entire law is completely influenced by British laws. Hardly 2 years back, around hundreds of segments of law enforcing components has been revised by present government. So government is serious to infuse the Indian knowledge system in the younger generation, giving the responsibility on you people. And we are hardly aware of about our own knowledge system. Because over decades, we are only aware of about the Western knowledge system. We are being taught like that. We are being mentally brought into a shape of Westernizations. So this is the major requirement of Indian knowledge system, bringing into the education system, giving the responsibility to all of you. It will definitely integrate tradition with modernity, as Madam was saying and Sir was emphasizing on it, by bringing together ancient wisdom and contemporary scientific approach to our knowledge delivery system. India's contribution areas like mathematics, as our anchor Madam was emphasizing, that zero and algebra is our contribution to the world. Astronomy, Ayurveda and yoga, architecture, that is Vastu Shastra particular, linguistic and environmental sustainability practices. A great practice was there in our own system. Worshipping the plants, worshipping the animals, and a coexistence with environment and society was the great learning given by saints and sages of our ancient age. Cultural heritage, ethics, and inclusive learning tradition like Gurukul, Nalanda, and Takshashila method was for years together. It was there, and people from across the world coming to our country to have knowledge or to grow their knowledge. Developing global recognition is sure through this knowledge system, yoga, Ayurveda, and meditation, and I am sure building 21st century skills with its grounding in ethics, culture, heritage is going to take place through this Indian knowledge system among our youngs and their next generations. Particularly, we need to encourage all our younger generation to embrace the Indian knowledge system with pride. Not only as a history, but as a living tradition shaping the future of higher education, which has an aspiration again to push our country as we should. I am sure with the teachings of the experts of this faculty development program, you can enrich your own knowledge boundary on Indian knowledge system, and you can also learn the unique method of its implementation. Mr. Bharat will definitely take you to a different area of learning where he has mastered it through storytelling. Knowledge sharing through storytelling. Like, as I told, I have listened in 3-4 occasions in FM University, in Vijaypura University, in our LBP, I have listened. Devasi Sarpati, he is also a wonderful faculty. And they all will certainly enrich you all in developing your own style of teaching the Indian knowledge system. That is also, again, it will be very interesting because we are being taught, we are being influenced through this Western education system in such a manner, we have we always underrated or we have valued our knowledge system as a underrated one. That aspiration you have to build among the younger generations. Last but not the least, I will appeal before you, all the faculty members, to develop your own style of operation, own style of teaching. That is why teaching is being called as an art, not a science. I am a teacher of civil engineering. Out of my 37 years of my career, I was teaching all along 13 to 14 years, along with my entrepreneurial journey. So I was picked up one of the toughest subjects, that is engineering design of buildings. I set my career through that subject only. Although I was exposed to 32 subjects, I set my career with only one subject, but without fail I can claim myself that I am a good teacher in that area. I can take my students along with me to a three-dimensional world where they will be navigating their dream, their knowledge with me. But you have to put a lot of hard work for that. Every day you have to work on it. You have to create relevant options, practical examples before the students, so that the classroom engagement will be there and classroom will be lively and interesting. My dear friends, you should not take it as a labor-intensive profession. It is a knowledge-intensive profession. You should feel pride that you are being a teacher. You might have read a WhatsApp story of Bhagwat Sharma, how he was being greeted in an aeroplane when he landed at United Arab Emirates. The king of the United Arab Emirates was a student of him. The day you will feel yourself elevated, yes, I am a teacher, I know my subject the best, and I can transfer my knowledge to the students in the best possible way, certainly the pride will be imbibed in you. And that will propel you to take this profession seriously. I hope many of you will agree that it is not a preferred profession for you. Many of you may not have come by choice to this profession, which we are observing since last 36 years. Most of the faculty members, they are not come by choice. They are struggling to cope up with the system. They are confined with their mind for the 10 to 6. They confined with their mind to take 3 classes or 4 classes a day. Then how you will excel? Unless otherwise you are powerfully magnetize yourself. How you can magnetize the children? That is magnetic theory. Unless otherwise you have lot of stuff, lot of quality stuff, lot of interesting stuff within you or with you, how you can influence the children? Again, this is a new subject under Biju Patnaik University of Technology, and you are all mostly the faculty members of these affiliated colleges. There is 2-3 subjects we are as an association instrumental implementing under BPUT last but its previous year. One is IPS, other one is, what is that? A new subject? Can anybody?
Health and wellness.
Yes. Health and wellness. And universal human rights. And subject of AI. These are the 4 subjects. This association is the instrumental. I have given personally the presentation before the academic council meeting and honorable vice chancellor. They have accepted all and they have implemented it. So my humble request, you start loving your profession. This is a faculty development program. How the faculty will develop? The faculty can only develop by creating a affection, love, and enjoying the pleasure of teaching. Then only the purpose of conduct of faculty development program will success. I am sure with your active participation, this faculty development program will be successful. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us that invaluable insight about AIMS Odisha chapter. Well, it is good to know that AIMS is doing the promotion of IAS through research centers, curriculum, interdisciplinary studies, FGP, conferences, and lot more. Ultimately, NEP 2020 envisions higher education as a space where tradition and modernity coexist, empowering India to become a knowledge leader of the 21st century. So definitely in these 2 days, FGP, we will brainstorm a lot with our resource person and all the learner faculty members from different colleges and universities. So as we proceed towards the end of the inaugural ceremony, it's time to felicitate our esteemed guest, Engineer Saroj Kumar Sahu. May I request our academic advisor sir and principal sir to come forward to felicitate Engineer Saroj sir. Sir, please. So a huge round of applause while they felicitate the Regional Vice President AIMS Engineer Saroj Kumar Sahu. Sir, thank you so much for spending your invaluable time and making it to the inaugural ceremony. We are profusely elated that it's a privilege to have all the eminent personalities who grace the occasion with their valuable presence. So before we wind up and start the first session, I would request all the faculty members to come forward and have a photograph with Regional VP AIMS. Sir, please. All the faculty members are requested to come on the stage.
ମୁଁ ନେବି ଟିକେ ହେଇକି ରହିବେ ଆଉ ମ୍ୟାଡ଼ାମ୍ ଆପଣ ଏଠି ପଳେଇ ଆସନ୍ତୁ
All the faculty members are requested to settle down.
presentation देवे तो अच्छी सब रेडी.
Excuse me, here there is an announcement. AIMS present president is from Eastern region. As a tradition, Eastern region going to hold the annual convention of AIMS this year. And this year it is going to be held on December 11th, 12th and 13th at SOA Auditorium. It is a huge congregation of academicians, industry people, researchers and students. We are expecting more than 2,000 people in 3 days. There are 10 technical sessions and 3-hour sessions. Apart from that, point of your interest is there are 4 different competitions for faculty members. One is on case preparation and case presentation. Other one on 2-3 areas of faculty of above 40, faculty of below 40. There are 2 categories of faculties. One is Ravi J. Mathai Award and P. Iyer Award. There are so many awards. Please take a note. You check the convention competitions in AIMS website, that is www.aims.org.in. All the details have been uploaded and you can take advantage of competing those competitions. Thank you.
So thank you so much for that announcement. I'm very sure the advantages will be taken by all the esteemed faculty members. So with this, I thank all the dignitaries for being a part of the inaugural ceremony. Let's give a huge round of applause and bid a goodbye to them. Well, let's start with the session 1 of the 2-day activity, and the very session is about significance of IKS in higher education and vision of NEP 2020. And for this very session, we have with us an eminent personality in the shape of Professor Sudhakar Patra. So may I request sir to please come up on the stage. Sudhakar sir, please. So while sir is setting up the tone for the session 1, let me take you through his blend of rich profile. Sir. So before I take you through his rich profile, let me request Principal Sir to greet Sir with a flower bouquet and the resource person badge of the session 1. So a huge round of applause while we wish and greet our resource person for the session 1. Well, it's my privilege to introduce today's speaker, a distinguished academician and a thoughtful leader in the field of economics. With extensive experience in teaching, research and policy development, Professor Sudhakar Patra has received his graduation degree in economics from Ravenshaw University, master degree from Utkal University, MPhil from Jawaharlal Nehru University and again PhD from Utkal University in 1993. Dr. Patra has published 109 research papers in national and international journals and 42 papers in edited books and 23 books itself. Dr. Patra has completed 6 major research projects funded by University Grant Commission, New Delhi, South Asian Network of Development and Environmental Economics. He has participated in a lot of workshops like in Bangkok, Thailand, Kathmandu and a lot more. He is a lifetime member of the 15th Professional Economic Association, including World Economic Association and International Environment Economics Association. Dr. Patra is passionate about nurturing students into responsible global citizens. So with this, I don't think I'll take you more through his profile, otherwise the entire day will go. With this, let's put a huge round of applause as I request Professor Sudhakar Patra to share the valuable insight for the session 1. Sir, please.
So, very good morning to one and all present here, esteemed principal of this college, and all respected delegates who are registered for this faculty development program. So, at the outset, I am extremely thankful and grateful to the organizers of this faculty development program for organizing on such a burning topic. Why I consider this topic is a burning topic? Since 2020, thousands of seminar, conference and workshops have been organized on Indian knowledge system. And regarding the National Education Policy 2020, one of the important component is Indian knowledge system. Till now, there has been lot of discussions in many forums, but many of the faculty members are not clear about what is Indian knowledge system, how it is to be incorporated in the higher education. So that is why this faculty development program has been organized by this United School of Business Management. The basic objective is to provide skill and training to the faculty members so that whenever they will teach in their institution about Indian knowledge system, and they can give better knowledge to the students. That is one of the basic objectives. Before going to my slides, let me tell you, I congratulate United School of Business Management for 3 reasons. Number one, since this institution was established in 2007, it has completed a glorious academic journey of 18 years till now. So during these 18 years, because I had this institute name almost long back in 2008. So since 2007 till 2025, this 18 years academic journey of this United School of Business Management has been marvelous. Why I say? Because this institution retained the same 4 courses. BCA, MCA, BBA and MBA. One executive MBA has been added, but still this professional institution is concentrating on these 4 particular courses. And what I came to know that every year the seats sanction and they have been able to fill up all these seats. So this is one of the greatest congratulations to United School of Business Management. And the placement record, if you look at of United School of Business Management, it is quite good. Placement record is quite good. The teaching which is being provided by this institution to the students, because I have interacted with some of the students and I found the quality of teaching is very good. So that is why I visited this institution. This is my 3rd visit to United School of Business Management. First I came related to NAP preparation. My 2nd visit was on research methodology, and this is my 3rd visit where I'll be speaking on Indian knowledge system and relevance of higher education NEP 2020 today. So before this, let me tell you, almost all universities of India, they have included Indian knowledge system as one of the value-added course or multidisciplinary course in their course curriculum, whether it is postgraduate or undergraduate class. When I was in Berhampur University as the Dean School of Social Science, to introduce one paper, complete 100 marks on Indian knowledge system in postgraduate classes across all 24 disciplines. All 24 subjects including science, we included a paper that is called paper 6 in 1st semester, that was Indian knowledge system. When this topic was discussed, science teachers told that what will be Indian knowledge system in science. We included this paper in all postgraduate classes. In economics, we included economics of Indian knowledge system. History department included the history of Indian knowledge system, and physics teachers, they included physics of Indian knowledge system. This is how 24 courses of Indian knowledge system was included in postgraduate class itself. And if you look at undergraduate syllabus of all the universities in India, particularly to the state of Odisha, we have introduced this course as a multidisciplinary course. In some of the universities have included a value-added course. But the basic problem which came, I was the coordinator of this NEP 2020 in Berhampur University. I found many colleges face the problem, who will teach this paper Indian knowledge system. The problem started, I visited around 8 colleges and we had different workshops, who will teach this Indian knowledge system, because not a single teacher has been trained or educated in Indian knowledge system. When this assignment was given by a principal to a teacher in the college, every teacher refused, we are not competent to teach this paper Indian knowledge system. So the objective of this faculty development program is to provide you basic inputs about Indian knowledge system, which will help you whenever you will teach this paper in your college or university, and it will definitely help you to prepare for this. So I'll come to my slides. I'll come over here because the slides are not visible. Next slide, please.
Next slide. Just somebody who has to move this slide. Oh. So let me begin my presentation with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam is the epitome of knowledge. Here incisive intellect and erudite scholarship. This you can close. So here erudite scholarship and what his views about Indian knowledge system. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam told Indian knowledge system is a powerful foundation for progress and development and emphasized the importance of integrating traditional wisdom with modern scientific knowledge. This is what APJ Abdul Kalam told when he was the President of India during the period 2002 to 2009 and 2007. If you look at the Indian knowledge system, it did not originate in 2020. It originated in 2005. Why I say it originated in 2005? In 2005, for the first time, Knowledge Commission was established in India. If you look at the pages of Knowledge Commission report, there the first time the Indian knowledge system and its integration with modern science that came into existence. That is why the Indian knowledge system, which became a mandatory course in National Education Policy 2020, that originated by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Abdul Kalam, for the first time, he told that Indian knowledge system or traditional knowledge should be integrated with modern knowledge, then only the modern education system will be very successful. Next slide. So this is how Knowledge Commission brought this Indian knowledge system. The Knowledge Commission of India was established in June 2005. It was established in June 2005 and this was established in June 2005 when Sam Pitroda was the chairman and Dr. Manmohan Singh was the Prime Minister. If you tell me who started this Indian knowledge system, I can properly tell that it is Dr. Manmohan Singh and APJ Abdul Kalam. When APJ Abdul Kalam was the president, and that time this concept came, and it was popularized by Dr. Manmohan Singh. This is what I can confidently say, because Dr. Manmohan Singh, when he became the Prime Minister, he popularized the concept of Indian knowledge system. And that time, the objective of education was to make education knowledge-based economy, or to make India a knowledge-based economy. That is why Manmohan Singh in his speech when it was implemented, he told that we want India as a knowledge-based economy. It is not growth-based economy, capital-based economy, or any other based economy. So that concept he first time told a new growth theory. That new growth theory is knowledge-based growth. If you look at the growth theories in India, the first growth theory was capital-led growth. That was up to 1956. It is called basic Harad-Domer model. Next, the new theory which is called neoclassical growth theory. Neoclassical growth theory based on technical progress. That started from 1956 to 1976. After that, the new theory which come, that is called innovation-based theory. But since 2005, the growth theory which Government of India is adopting and many of the countries in the world are adopting, that is called knowledge-based growth. Why I say knowledge-based growth? Because for the first time, OECD and World Bank brought out a report. The report said that if you can increase the average years of education by only 1 year, the economic growth will be 6%. That means no other variable in the world can produce 6% growth rate than education. That is what is called OECD report has clearly stated that if you improve the average age of education of students by only 1 year, then the GDP of a country will increase by 6%. That is why the new growth theory is called growth-led education or knowledge-led growth, and that is what is the particular concept which was popularized. Then this concept of Indian knowledge system was established by Ministry of Education, Government of India in October 2020. The HRD Ministry took this concept Indian knowledge system and they established this in October 2020, and the institutional body who was given the responsibility of popularizing Indian knowledge system is nothing but the division of AICT. So AICT was given the responsibility of popularizing Indian knowledge system in course curriculum of different professional and general institutions, and the objective was to integrate India's traditional knowledge and heritage into contemporary educational research. The objective is whatever knowledge we had in the tradition,
whatever knowledge we are providing to the students today, both should be integrated together, because present knowledge is completely out of this traditional knowledge, and this is how the Bharatiya Jnana Parampara Vibhag, Indian Knowledge System Department, was created in India in 2020 October. Next. Look at this screenshot of IKS website. This IKS website, Indian Knowledge System website, is found in HRD Ministry and AICT also. And if you look at this website, it has given different tabs. And one of the important tab is Knowledge Repository of India. So all these traditional knowledge have been kept as e-videos, e-text in this repository. And there are 5 videos which are available. These are called documentary. If you look at these 5 documentaries which are available in this particular website, they give entire list of traditional knowledge that we have today. That is called Indian Knowledge System website. So look at this particular logo of Indian Knowledge System. Many of you may not be knowing. I brought this logo to you just to give the meaning. This logo is available in the website. This logo, if you look at this logo, this first logo shows sunrise. What is sunrise? The upper part of this circle, you see there is a sunrise. This sunrise means unless and until you bring Indian knowledge system into contemporary education, the sun will not rise in the fate of the Indian subcontinent. So that is what is called sunset. And there is a swan. And swan symbolizes, is a central figure that symbol liberate Indian culture. So Indian culture, that is symbolized by this swan. And there is a Vedic Sanskrit. That Vedic Sanskrit written on this, and that Vedic Sanskrit shows that wisdom and Vivek, these two are very closely linked. Wisdom and Vivek, these two are very closely linked. That is what Sanskrit script is given. This is what is the logo of Indian Knowledge System, and this logo was prepared by somebody in Punjab. I do not know the name, but this logo symbolizes how Indian knowledge system is important for the present education. This is what I have taken. In India right now, there are 27 research centers on Indian knowledge system. So there was an application which was invited by HRD Ministry. Universities, colleges and institutions who are interested to establish Indian knowledge center, and they can apply. Applications were received. Finally, 27 research centers were established. Initially, 20 lakh rupees was provided to each of the knowledge center, and after that, crores of rupees are coming to the Indian knowledge center. I am completely disappointed that Odisha has not a single Indian knowledge center till now. Karnataka has 4 knowledge centers where they are doing intensive research, but none of the universities in India, Odisha, applied for establishing a knowledge center till now. Every year, this IKS is inviting applications, but none of the universities are applying for a center till now. The objective of saying this, faculty members who are present here, you just talk to your principal or head of the institutions. If you are ready to apply for this Indian Knowledge Center, then automatically this research on Indian Knowledge Center, it will be provided to all of you. So that is my objective of telling particular this. I have given a list of centers which have been established. Surprisingly, Assam has 2 centers. Even there are small states, they have 2 centers. But Odisha is not having a single center till now to make research on Indian knowledge system. And today we are making this 2 days faculty development program. If there is a research center, automatically it will organize seminar, conference, workshop, and automatically our faculty members will come to know more about Indian knowledge centers. This is the documentary video. 4 videos are available. The first video, if you look at, that is called Learning Traditions of India or Bharat. That means what was the tradition of India? It's a 29 minutes video. If you look at this video, it's easily accessible. Anybody can go and sit download, and you will get the entire traditional knowledge that we had and how the entire world was following India's traditional knowledge. This is clearly reflected in the first video. Second video is related to the agriculture. Third video is something. So, but first video, if you look at, is very interesting. Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda is one of the most pious and non-controversial person ever born on this earth. Swami Vivekananda told in his writings, preservation and promotion of Indian knowledge system is most important. And he was one of the champions in preserving the Indian knowledge system. And he believed Indian knowledge system, including Vedanta and Yoga, should be integrated with modern scientific and rational thought to foster balanced economic progress. And he told that in his very old writing that unless and until you follow this traditional Indian knowledge wisdom, the country cannot progress. This is what this visionary person had perceived long back. Professor Amartya Sen, many of you may be knowing, he is a Nobel Prize winner in economics. In economic science, he got Nobel Prize, and he told that he highlighted that ancient Indian knowledge system and it should be brought into modern India. And Dr. Amartya Sen, Professor Amartya Sen, when Manmohan Singh became the finance minister, he was first invited to take the post of finance minister. He refused. Then Manmohan Singh was inducted as the finance minister of India, but first offer went to Professor Amartya Sen, and he was invited by the government of India to come and take over the position of finance minister in the year 1991 to make the reforms. But that time he also emphasized the relevance of Indian knowledge system in modern education system of the country. Look at Vasco da Gama. All of you know this man. When Vasco da Gama discovered India, there were no writings available at that time. But later on, there is a book available, and this book is available by Sanjay Subramaniam. Sanjay Subramaniam has written a book on Vasco da Gama, and it's written in English, translated into 3 Indian languages. If you get the opportunity, you read this book. This book is by Sanjay Subramaniam on Vasco da Gama. And in this book, he has clearly written, Vasco da Gama did not discover the plenty of wealth in India. Vasco da Gama discovered plenty of knowledge in India. That is why people from Europe, Portugal and other countries, they came to India. That means we believe that Vasco da Gama discovered plenty of wealth in India. That is why the people from Europe, they came and invaded India to take care of the wealth. This is not so. Sanjay Subramaniam in his book has written, Vasco da Gama discovered plenty of wealth and plenty of knowledge in India, for which the people from other countries, they invaded India, and to take away not only the wealth but to take away the knowledge. If Europe progressed in 18th and 19th century, America progressed so much, it is because Indian knowledge system which was transferred to Europe and America. That is the reason why Indian knowledge system is considered as the supreme in the world. In 13th and 14th century, if you look at the Indian knowledge system which is existing, that are the best, and Greece, even other countries, they followed the Indian knowledge system. That is what is the relevance of Indian knowledge system, and we are forgetting today what was the Indian knowledge system. When the European discovered Indian knowledge system is the best, Vasco da Gama discovered, and it was written by Sanjay Subramaniam in his book, and we are forgetting Indian knowledge system. So that is why the objective is, when these two persons like APJ Abdul Kalam and Dr. Manmohan Singh, they were in power, they brought this Indian Knowledge Commission, and Indian Knowledge Commission is a document has clearly mentioned, unless and until you integrate the traditional knowledge with the modern knowledge, India cannot progress. And since then there has been a lot of exercise. Finally in 2020, when the document of national education policy was drafted, they brought this concept Indian knowledge system, and they told that this should be taught in every college and schools in course curriculum, either in the school course curriculum or graduation or post-graduation. This is what is the origin of Indian knowledge system. You see, I have written this Portuguese explorer in 1498, and he discovered plenty of wealth and knowledge in India. India has a long-standing history of science, mathematics, medicine and philosophy, far older than Europe's knowledge system. This is what is clearly mentioned in this book. That means Indian knowledge system on science, education, medicine and philosophy particularly, that is much older than any country's science and medicine. So, Mahatma Gandhi, father of our nation, what he told in his writing, the ancient education, Indian education was the best. This is what his own statement of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi told that the ancient education is the best, and he emphasized character building, spiritual development and self-reliance. Modern education, on the other hand, is like a factory for producing clocks. This was emphasized. That means he told that the modern education which is provided in English medium system, this is just to produce clocks, but traditional Indian knowledge system is the best, which is recognized by father of nation, none other than Mahatma Gandhi. So, introduction of Indian knowledge system. So Indian knowledge system includes science, economics, medicine, arts, agriculture and governance. The entire world's governance system including democracy that originated from the Indian knowledge system. How it originated, I will come. The Indian knowledge system based on three fundamental pillars. The first pillar is called knowledge, Jnana. Second is called science, Vigyan. Third is called way of life, Jivan Darshan. Indian knowledge system basic three foundation is Jnana, Vigyana and Jivan Darshan. These three are base foundation of this. The world's most powerful president is American president. Trump was addressing a press conference. When Trump was addressing a press conference and journalists asked the question, "You are the most powerful president of this world. Are you afraid of anything?" And Trump told that, "I am only afraid of IT of India." The journalist again asked, "Your information technology is so best. Why are you afraid of IT of India?" And Trump told that, "I am not afraid of information technology of India, I am afraid of Indian talent." IT means Indian talent. That is what Trump has clearly told, that I am afraid of Indian talent. Then journalist again asked, "Why are you afraid of Indian talent?" He told that 70,000 IT engineers from India are working in America. If they leave America, America will return back 10 years back. This is what is the statement of President of America on Indian talent. So this IKS is a vast repository. It's a vast repository which was not documented. Now it is being documented by this IKS which was established under HRD ministry. Because many of the Indian knowledge system which was existing during Vedic period or latter period, it was not documented or it was written in palm leaves. But nowadays those palm leaves are transferred into different books and different documents, and those documents, the basic objective of all these research centers which are established, 27, and including this Indian knowledge system website and the people sitting there, they are translating those palm leaves and traditional knowledge into the modern knowledge. So that particular activity is being done right now under this particular system. So this relevance of this modern traditional knowledge system is increasingly being recognized in academics, science and cultural domains. That means if you look at cultural domain, or you look at science, or you look at academics, whether it is commerce, business, everywhere there is a relevance of this Indian knowledge system. This is what will be my next part of presentation. Look at this particular, if you look at Indian knowledge system, it revolves around, first is health and wellness, which has been included as a paper here. And because traditional Ayurvedic medicine, that prescribes about health and wellness. And you have also traditional knowledge and mathematics. And again it comes traditional medicine like yoga and Veda. And India is the best thought runner in yoga. And you look at preserving arts culture, then ancient structure and design, the ancient monuments like temples, which was constructed when iron rod was not there, still it is strong. Look at Puri Jagannath temple. Puri Jagannath temple was constructed long back. The technology which was used, it was a very traditional technology. It is so strong till now. There are many temples are there in India. There even that time cement was not there, iron rod was not there. But you look at the architect and the civil engineering, that time it was so developed. Till now, you find today's buildings after 80-90 years, it is collapsing. But those buildings are still erected and still strong. So that particular knowledge needs to be integrated into engineering science, particularly civil engineering. That is what it talks about. This is what is called traditional knowledge, generated within the communities. The traditional knowledge, who generated? It was generated within the system itself. But modern knowledge, it is not generated, it is imported. It is imported. The books that you are reading and talking to the students, they are all imported knowledge. Imported knowledge. But traditionally, Indian knowledge system, it was created within, and it was location and culture specific. That means a particular culture, they developed a particular knowledge. Ayurvedic knowledge was developed by a particular group, and this is what is called Indian knowledge system. Decision making and survival strategy. And look at not systematically documented. This is one of the major problem for which now Government of India is providing a lot of money for documentation and preserving this traditional knowledge. Right now there is a call for application by IKS. Anybody wants to make any kind of research project on Indian knowledge system, you will be provided 5 lakh rupees by the Indian knowledge system and HRD ministry. You can work on Indian medicine, Indian Ayurveda and submit a project report. The upper limit is 5 lakh rupees. The window is open. Anytime you can apply. Any faculty member can apply and get it, irrespective of whether your college have 2F or 12B or doesn't matter. Or private institution, if you look at government-based project of ICSR, UGC, AICT, you must get this 2F and 12B of UGC. But whenever Indian knowledge system comes, it doesn't speak that this is a mandatory requirement. Even United School of Business Management can apply a project on this particular Indian knowledge system and you will be funded 5 lakh rupees for this. This is mentioned in the website and this is what it said. So dynamic based innovation adoption, all these are called simple the different components of traditional knowledge system. Let me come over to this business part because I told that Indian knowledge system is related to mathematics, related to chemistry, related to science, but today I will concentrate only on business, commerce and economics because most of you who are presenting before me, you all belong to business, that means BBA, MCA faculty. So that is why you are interested in commerce, business and economics. That is being taught in your college. So I will not go to science, everything. All my slides are related to business, economics and commerce only. So look at this Kautilya's Arthashastra. Kautilya, Chanakya is the same person. Kautilya and Chanakya both are same person. And when Kautilya, his name was also Chandragupta, but Vishnugupta. Vishnugupta. Vishnugupta was his personal name. Kautilya was his Putra or clan name. Chanakya is the son of. This is how the same person. He wrote this book in 4th century BC. Actually, he did not read. He gave this one. Later, it was published in the form of a book. And Chanakya book, which is available presently in 299 rupees, which is written in English. And this Chanakya's Arthashastra is a comprehensive book on economics, politics, administration, welfare and ethics. These are 5 concepts which brought the Chanakya Arthashastra, which is called the first book on business, commerce or economics. This is known as the first book in business, first book in governance, first book in economics and first book in commerce. That is what it originated. So the philosophy of Kautilya stayed in the central to economic planning. So when planning came in India in 1951, long back Chanakya talked about planning. He told that state can only make the progress. It is not individual market which can lead the progress. It is what he told long back, which came in socialism principle, first in Russia, then came to China, then came to India, and many countries adopted the socialism. State has been planning. And in his economic philosophy of Kautilya, he emphasized on dharma. Dharma means ethics, artha means wealth, kama means desire, and moksha means liberation. These are the 4 aims of life. That is what Kautilya told, and today, and he told that prosperity ensures stability, power, and welfare, and these 3 are the basic objective of modern democracy or modern economic principles. Trade and commerce in ancient India. Look at the relationship between today's commerce subjects and traditional knowledge on commerce. In commerce, you see, India was the global trade hub. If you look at long back in 14th, 15th, 16th century, India was the trade hub. It is not Europe, America. Europeans, Portuguese, Greece, British, they were coming to India for trade. We never visited their countries. So trade and commerce originally flourished in India. And all of you have read the economic history. And best economic history book is written by Professor Dharma Kumar from Delhi School of Economics. He has written 2 books, Cambridge Economic History of India, Cambridge Economic History of World. If you read these 2 books written by Professor Dharma Kumar is a lady. She has written these 2 books, Cambridge Economic History of India, Cambridge Economic History of World. And here he has written the internal economic history, that means the people from other countries, they are coming to India for trade. It is not the vice versa. Indians are not going to other countries. So Europeans are coming to our country, and Europe flourished in 19th century, but India remained as a core state. So that shows our traditional knowledge in 15th, 16th, 17th century was so rich that it was much above America and Europe. So this is where there are 4 important ports through entire trade was done at that time. One is called Lothal, one is called Buziris, Bharuch and Kaveri. These are the 4 ports in ancient time where most of the trade was done. And maritime trade was done mainly with Rome, Greece, China and Arabic. And standardized words were used at that time. and that was in Harappan civilization. You can find export of luxury goods was mainly from India. Ivory, gems, and sandalwood. These are considered and one very costly items. And today you say India is exporting less and importing more. But traditionally, the value that India was exporting, that was much more than other countries were exporting. The most valuable items were sandalwood that time and ivory. That was plentifully produced, plentifully exported from India. So traditionally, our export was much more, our import was much less. Europeans were importing from our country. That shows you had a very rich trade and commerce during ancient time at that time. This is what is called unions and associations. Today you have so many trade unions, so many associations, and our chief guest talked about the Indian Management School associations, everything. But this association concept is rooted in Indian traditional system. That time it was called, in pre-modern form, it was called Srenis. Srenis means associations of artisans, associations of traders, associations of bankers. That concept came in Indian traditional system. That time it functioned like self-regulated trade union. Today if you form a trade union or association, it is to be registered under Society Act and it is to be regulated by the President, Secretary, but that time it was self-regulated. That means the particular association of business people, because now you find every business people are association, all commerce faculty they have Indian Commerce Association, management have Indian Management Association. The concept of association is not modern concept. It was traditionally was there, and that time it was self-regulated trade union, and it was ensuring training of apprentice, quality control, mutual insurance, collective bargaining. All these were practiced long back in traditions, and that is why auto banking functions. Today we are talking credit, lending, investment, but that was also done in traditional. You come to Bonia ethics. The word Bonia is very famous. Now Bonia doesn't mean goldsmith. That time Bonia means it is a business community. It is a business community. There was a Hindi film. Nana Patkar was the hero. I don't remember the name. Forest Travel was, and he was always asking for you are a Bonia. Bonia means you are a businessman. You are not a goldsmith. So Bonia concept was very traditional. It is written in the traditional knowledge system. This Vaishya Bonia community historically known for entrepreneurship. Today you are teaching a subject called entrepreneurship. But that time the name of entrepreneurship was Bonia. Bonia was instrumental in bringing new concepts, new type of jewelry, new type of business. Bonia was bringing, and today you are naming it as entrepreneurship. So your entrepreneurship concept has deep rooted in the traditional knowledge system in the form of Bonia community. So that is why whatever the modern terms you are using, all originated from the tradition. So my objective is to link the Indian traditional knowledge with the modern knowledge. Look at this value. That time they were using this frugality, saving, risk-taking, networking and trust. Commodity financing, today we are talking of commodity financing, you have self-help group. Everybody will contribute and everybody will take loan. That is called commodity funding. That time, this commodity funding was popularly known as hundi system, which is available in all temples. If you go to any temple, there is a hundi. What is that hundi? That means people will come to the temple, they will put money, money will be collected in a hundi. After every month it will be opened, that money will be utilized for either social welfare or the temple welfare. That hundi system, it was originated long back. Okay, now it has been confined only to the temples. It is not found in other places. But there are many clubs, they have this hundi system. But this is what is originated long back. So business linked dharma. That time the entire dharma was linked to business. That is called business linked dharma was service. Today business objective is profit. That time the objective of business was to serve the people, to provide the goods which are not available to the people. Profit was a motive, but simultaneously seva was another motive. But today seva has been deleted, only profit has remained. Now whenever commerce teachers and management MBA teachers teach in the class, the objective of any businessman is to make profit. Nobody talks about seva. But traditionally, the objective of any bonia was provide the goods if it is scarce in a person. That is called, objective is to provide the item so that shortage will not, that is what is called seva. So that time, the objective of any business was profit, lava and seva. Now seva is no more, it is only profit. This is how it has been changed. On the ethical foundation of Indian business in IPS, all of you are faculty members of business administration or BBA, Bachelor in Business Administration or MBA. So what is the ethical foundation? Look at ethical foundation. Business was guided by more responsibility but not just profit. That is called dharma, right? That means every businessman was doing his business perfectly. Perfect. No cheating in business. Everybody was doing business. They're making profit, but objective was to serve the people and to provide the necessary goods. So dharma was there. Artha, wealth. That means wealth is necessary, but must be earned ethically. You look at this sentence. But today what you say? Wealth is necessary and we will earn. But that time the term was wealth is necessary, but it must be earned ethically. Okay? There is a simple story is there. There is a family. 3 old men knocked at the door at 10 o'clock in the night. The family had food for father, mother and daughter. One more person can eat. 3 old men knocked at the door. Daughter went to the door, opened the door. He found 3 old men. And daughter asked, "Why, old man, you are here in front of my door?" All 3 old men told that we have not taken food for last 3 days. We want that you should provide us food. The girl told that food is available for 1 extra person only. The old man told, you go and ask your father and mother whom they want to invite inside so that 1 person can eat. The daughter asked, tell me your names, who are you? The first old man told, I am wealth. Second old man told, my name is power. Third old man told, my name is knowledge. The daughter went back, asked the father, whom should I invite? Father told, definitely wealth. You invite wealth to our house. Mother told that, no, sorry. Father told that you invite that man who is called power, so that we can provide him food. Mother told that you go and invite that person who is called wealth. Wealth should come inside. The daughter went and asked the old man whose name is knowledge, please come inside. When knowledge came inside, the wealth came inside, power came inside, all of them came inside, that family had wealth, power and knowledge. What does it mean? This means if you have knowledge, everything, wealth and power will come. If you have wealth, knowledge will not come, power will not come. If you have power, wealth may come, knowledge will not come. That is why what is supreme in life? It is knowledge which is supreme. That is what was recognized in Indian traditional system. Look at Hindu mythology. Hindu mythology, Brahma created this world and he distributed portfolio among the people and god and goddesses. And he distributed wealth portfolio, Lakshmi, you can take this portfolio. Then destruction department, Lord Shiva, you take this. Knowledge department was given to whom? It was given to Lord Ganesh. Brahma distributed portfolio among 33 crores gods and goddesses. You remember, Hindu religion is the only religion where there are so many gods and goddesses. You look Buddhism, only one male god, that is called Buddha. Go to Christianity, it is only one god. Christianity, who is the god? Jesus Christ. Go to Muslim, who is the god? Allah. No goddess are there. But Hindu is the only religion which has recognized both male and female similarly. We have created 33 crores gods and goddesses. And when these gods and goddesses were given, and Brahma told that I am distributing portfolio among all of you, and gave rain department to Lord Indra, and Brahma told that I will not keep any department with myself. And after that distribution of portfolio, he told that the Ganesh is supreme. Anybody who is having the knowledge portfolio is supreme, and he told that Ganesh is Agra Pujya. Any worship is done in any family, first you have to invite Ganesh. Ganesh ko prathama avahan kara jaye puja re, like he is called Agra Pujya. That symbolizes in our life knowledge is supreme. That is what all teachers give this knowledge to the students when you are teaching Indian knowledge system. So that is what is the importance of knowledge. And here I told that these 5 ethical foundations, dharma, artha, non-violence, sustainability, these are the main concepts of Indian knowledge system. You come to Patanjali Ayurveda, I will come to some case studies which will be very much useful for students of faculty and faculty of economic, commerce and management. Patanjali is completely based on Indian traditional knowledge system. All of you agree with me? Patanjali, all the products which are produced are based on Ayurveda, and all these Ayurvedic products which are produced by Patanjali, and it is based on traditional knowledge. traditional knowledge. Any Ayurvedic medicine that you find out, Patanjali, it's based on Ayurvedic traditional knowledge. And surprisingly, we found every year Patanjali is making profit of 31% increase. Every year 31% increase in profit with the highest ever any company you compare. That means when traditional knowledge was mixed with modern products, it is making highest profit. That symbolizes the people of India adopt those traditional knowledge than the modern knowledge. How many of you are using Patanjali products? Very good. We are putting. Every city has Patanjali stores now. Okay, I am using many Patanjali products and they are very extremely useful, very low cost and highly useful products because it is based on tradition, not on chemical knowledge. Ayurvedic medicines are based on traditional knowledge. But now the modern allopathic medicines are produced with chemical knowledge. But still, that product is more popular in India. Now Ayurvedic, particular Patanjali, is exporting highest amount of medicines to other countries than any other Indian medicine which is being produced. What is that symbolizes? That symbolizes if you use those traditional knowledge and prepare the modern products, it will be sold like a hot cake than the cakes that we are producing today in different manufacturing industries. So this particular Baba Ramdev is not a owner of Patanjali product. He is not a shareholder, he is only brand ambassador to popularize it. Many of you may think that Baba Ramdev is the owner of that company. No, not at all. He is not a shareholder even, not a single money he is owning in that company. But he is only popularizing. He is only popularizing because each concept of traditional knowledge is mixed with these Patanjali products. So that particular Patanjali product, now you look at net profit in 2023 was 886.44 crores. And this edible oil which is producing, now it is making a revenue of 25,253.33 crores in the year 23 and making 10.5% increase every year. And food and FMCG product which is produced by this Patanjali Ayurveda and that has signed 6,218.08 crores in the year 2023 and this is how it is increasing from 1,683 crores previous year. That from 1,600 went to 6,000 something because it has become so popular because it is using traditional knowledge. Patanjali refined oil, Patanjali mustard oil has become very popular and is very much user friendly, which doctors have advised to take it. This is what is the traditional knowledge system. This is a case study where traditional knowledge system has been used and industries have been very successful. Next case study, Ekal Vishwavidyalaya. What is this Vidyalaya? There are more than 1 lakh schools at present at different places. This Ekal Vidyalaya is a grassroots movement of India focused on holistic rural education established in 1989. In 1989, this particular concept of school was established and this particular concept brought this holistic education as a concept. Now, this NEP 2020, there are two words this NEP 2020 takes into. One is called multidisciplinary, number 2 is called holistic. Holistic and multidisciplinary are two important words which are used in National Education Policy 2020. But long before that, particular this concept of Ekal Vidyalaya, which is the rural education with IKS Foundation, Indian Knowledge System Foundation, but it is rural education. And this particular has now schools over 1 lakh villages across India. The concept of Ekal Vidyalaya is one teacher, one school, one village. One teacher, one school, one village, which was Gurukul Ashram. In Gurukul Ashram, there was only one teacher, established in one place, all the students were come. And this is the concept of Ekal Vidyalaya, and it has become very popular, particularly in northern India of the country. Now this shows people are more motivated to these schools rather than the modern schools. This is case study 2. Come to case study 3, Khadi and Village Industries Commission. Khadi and Village Industries Commission, which is available in Odisha also, is very popular. It is producing sari and all dresses. And they are very costly. Sambalpuri dresses are 6,000, 7,000. Made up of cotton, but still popular among the women. Yes or no? Very popular. Okay? This is a Khadi product. I am using this Khadi product. Because this particular traditional product, even if very costly, no silk is there, still it is popular among the people in the country, and India is exporting huge amount of Khadi products to the world, and it is now very popular in entire Europe and America. This is based on traditional knowledge, which Gandhiji popularized it. Khadi, and this is called traditional Indian textile. Traditional Indian textile is now becoming more popular among the people than the modern textiles. Okay, all of you are, madam is wearing this traditional sari. It's a Sambalpuri? Yes. So why this must be 7,000 or 8,000? Very costly. You could have purchased a fancy sari with 3,000 rupees. Still you purchase it because you give value that traditional Indian knowledge system. That is what is a case study I found. This Khadi Village Commission has become very popular. Now you find I am making a research. I have done 2 research studies funded by, right now I am having a research project of 1.75 crores rupees. Before that I was having a project called Kendu Leaf. Next I got a project by ICSR on what is Sobai grass products. You might be knowing. Sobai grass product, I did this study with 448 sample Sobai grass craft owners in Mayurganj district of Odisha. I went and they are producing so beautiful Sobai grass crafts. Sobai grass pot, wall hanging, even Sobai grass sofa is available, and they are now export is so demand, and they are making around 3,000 crore rupees only. Mayurganj are the people who are producing. There are producer groups. I visited 4 producer groups under which there are 400 Delhi women. They are making this Sobai grass product, and profit is 30 to 40%. 30 to 40%. Sobai grass they purchase, they use collar and they make this particular grass and use some thread and make Sobai grass product. And Sobai grass product is so durable, even 100 years, the sofa will not be good. It has become so popular now. On melas you might have seen it. That is what is a traditional knowledge. That is what is a very traditional knowledge. But India has got a recognition of this Sobai grass product in international market. Whenever there is an international mela is organized, Indian Sobai grass product has been very popular. I just completed and submitted a project to Indian Council of Social Research on this particular stuff. So bamboo, herbs, cotton, clay, wood. Clay products are very famous. That is traditional Indian knowledge. When the modern, these utensils were not available, silver or whatever you find, traditionally it was made of clay, and that was so popular. Now we go to case study 4. Reviving Arthashastra in IIM. You will be surprised in Indian Institute of Management with the top running management institute of India, they have introduced a course. What is that course? In IIM Bangalore and IIM Kajipur, they have introduced Arthashastra by Chanakya as a course. Arthashastra by Chanakya. If Indian Institute of Management can introduce a course on Arthashastra of Chanakya, because many people have forgotten. Now this book is written in English. It's available. That is introduced by IIM Bangalore and Kajipur as a course, and they have also introduced a course, Ancient Models of Taxation, Ethics in Governance. Why they introduce the concept of ethics in governance? Because you know the level of corruption which is going on in India. Why this level of corruption is going on? Because people are forgetting their ethics. People are forgetting their ethics. What a छोटा example दोची. Jama को जानी थी? Jama is called most dangerous god. Dangerous god. थरे गोटे लोक को ताकर जमदूत माने नहीं गले एवं चित्रगुप्त पांजी देखिला ए लोकटा 4 वर्ष परे मरिबार थिला भूल एमे नहीं आसु जमराजा कहले ठीक अछि तुम दरबार बुली देखे से ब्यूटीफुल दरबार आया से सबडे बुलला के जमकर जो हॉलटा अछि सेठी सब कंट्री ना लागे गोटे गोटे घंटा अछि से सब घर देखला इंडिया घंटाटा कोठी अछि कि जाई लिखा है कि तळे इंडिया घंटाटा ना जाई पचारला मिस्टर जमराज व्हाट इज इंडियाज वॉच जमराज कहले ये जो घंटा गुड़ा लगे से कंट्री करप्शन अनुसार घंटार सेकेंड घंटा मिनिट घंटा चले इंडिया घंटार से घंटाटा एते जोर चलुची जे एते करप्शन होई ताकू आनी मो पछर लगे जे फैन पावर व्यवहार होची दैट इज व्हाट इज द लेवल ऑफ करप्शन दैट इज कॉल्ड लेवल ऑफ करप्शन दिस कॉल्ड स्टोरी टेलिंग बेस्ड एजुकेशन सो दिस इज ए काल्पनिक स्टोरी बट इट गिव्स मीनिंग दैट भारतर जो घंटाटी तार मिनिट घंटा घंटा एते स्पीड बोलुची बिकॉज़ करप्शन इज वेरी हाई सो दैट आई हैव यूज्ड एज ए fan behind me, all other watches are there on the wall. That shows the amount of corruption which is going on in India. In Odisha, every day one minister or engineer or somebody is caught by vigilance. That is why what is needed today? We need particular ethics in governance. Ethics in governance. That means, वर्तमान जो शासन पद्धति चलती, we need ethics. So I will suggest all these Indian knowledge system and ethics should be taught to all these IAS officers in Mussoorie during training. That is most essential. That is why you know what is the modern concept of democracy. Democracy once told it is by the people, for the people, and of the people. But new definition of democracy, it is by the people, of the people, far away from the people. This is the modern democracy. That means when a minister is elected, he is far away from the public and of the public and by the public. He says bye, we will meet after 5 years. He will never come. That is what is called modern definition of democracy. And to bring that bye to bye, we need Indian knowledge system. To bring off to off, we need Indian knowledge system. And what else we need? We need far away from the people. They will come closer to the people if you teach ethics to the ministers. You teach ethics to the ministers. That is what is needed. You look at Indian democracy. What is it happening? We are providing food subsidy, which is the highest in the world. And food subsidy is provided for the poor people. Can you believe food subsidy is provided in the parliament canteen? Ministers are getting chicken plate at 10 rupees. Why this food subsidy is given in parliament canteen? Where all rich people are there in parliament and they are getting subsidized food, and we are saying that we are providing 2 lakh crore rupees as a food subsidy in India, which is the highest, and next to it is called petroleum subsidy. And that is why we need this Indian knowledge system, and ethics is necessary in this. And business schools like IIM Bangalore have introduced course based on Chanakya's Arthashastra covering statecraft, leadership, ethics and public finance. Chanakya's public finance has been introduced in IIM Bangalore as a course. These courses draw parallel between ancient economic principles and modern business strategy. You are teaching modern business strategy, and IIM Bangalore is now teaching ancient business strategy and establishing a linkage between two. So Indian Institute of Management has introduced, why not your syllabus and syllabus which is being prescribed in this particular university or college, which is prescribed by AICT, that should include this type of courses. Now if you look at AICT, BBA, MBA syllabus, it has only one paper that is called Indian Knowledge System. And I am surprised, I will come to this controversy and paradox. Indian Knowledge System is introduced as a multidisciplinary course. Wherever I visit, I always say, Indian Knowledge System is never a multidisciplinary course. It is always a value-based course. It should be taught on a value-based course. It should not be taught as a multidisciplinary course. But on the other way, this environmental sustainability or environmental issues, that is being taught in your syllabus in BBA as a value-based course, which is a multidisciplinary course. All of you agree with me? That means in your syllabus, there is a course called Indian Knowledge System, which is taught in first semester to the BBA student as a Indian Knowledge System is taught as a multidisciplinary course. But there is another course, Environmental Issues and Sustainability. Environmental Issues and Sustainability is a taught paper where botany people will come, economics people will come, chemistry people will come. That should have been multidisciplinary, but in your syllabus it is taught as a value-based course. IKS will add more value and environmental issue will more value. So that is called paradox. I will come to this. That I will call. Now look at All India Institute of Management. AIMS is very popular, front running in medical science. AIMS has introduced a course, Ayurveda, Yoga and Pranayama. In AIMS there is a course called MBBS. Okay? In MBBS bachelor degree course of 4.5 years, they have introduced a paper. That paper is named as Ayurveda, Yoga and Pranayama. This is being taught now in all AIMS institutes throughout India. Because AIMS has now recognized is chemical-based medicine is not a permanent solution to human disease. If you need a permanent solution to human disease, then it is only Ayurveda, Yoga and this Pranayama. And this is what is recognized by top doctors in the world, and IIM has introduced particular course. Look at this case summary. Indian Institute of Medical Science has initiated an integrated program combining Ayurveda, Yoga with modern medicine. Now what they are doing? Now they were producing in allopathic chemical medicines. In Ayurvedic they are producing Ayurveda based medicine based on traditional knowledge. And if they are integrating both and they are teaching to the students, so that whenever the doctors will prescribe medicine to the patients, they will prescribe 1 or 2 Ayurvedic and 1 or 2 allopathic medicine, so that both will neutralize the side effect and bad effect, and it will have a better impact on this. This is what is happening right now. And for example, Ayurvedic herbs and yoga therapy are used as complementary treatment to diabetes, arthritis and mental health. Those who are suffering from diabetes, arthritis, chemical medicine is given along with other, what is that called? Physiotherapy. Physiotherapy is a traditional knowledge system, and some of the Ayurvedic product is also prescribed. That is why it says for diabetes, this chemical medicine is not a solution. It's a temporary solution, short-term solution. If you go for Ayurvedic medicine, it is giving a permanent relief to you. Permanent relief to you. That is what has been recognized by top running medical institute, that is All India Institute of Medical Science. Role of king and state. Today, king has been converted into prime minister and state has become your country. So look at both are same. Traditionally, Kautilya recognized that king is the chief economic planner. Our prime minister is the chairman of the planning commission. Now he is the chairman of Niti Aayog. So both are same. But the question is duty to protect and promote economic prosperity. This is what is recognized in traditional Indian knowledge system. And his duty is supervision of agriculture, trade and taxation. Long back, this has been a transformation. King has been transferred to prime minister, but everything remaining same. Revenue and taxation that is being collected, it was existing long back. Long back, the revenue was 1/6 of the produce. Now we have 30% income tax. Okay, both are same, but concept of revenue, concept of tax, all originated from the traditional Kautilya's Arthashastra, where this particular concept of tax, everything is written, that has been transferred into new system. Now you are calling up GST, whatever you say, and income tax that originated in traditional knowledge system. Relevance of Arthashastra today. Arthashastra long back was written by Chanakya or Kautilya in 4th BC. But that 4th BC concept, welfare oriented taxation, that is what is the principle of Arthashastra. But now the taxation has become not welfare oriented. It has become more ability to pay principle of taxation. That means anybody who has more ability to pay will pay more tax, but it is not welfare oriented. It is now ability to pay principle and benefit principle. These are two areas. Okay? That is called new taxation system. State regulation of market support, that is being accepted. Anti-corruption mechanism, which was Arthashastra's statement. Sustainable agriculture, that was told long back. Traditional Indian economy. Traditional Indian economy was village centric, self-sufficient system, and cooperative economics was there, and all these concepts originated from the traditional knowledge system. Education and knowledge are economic capital. I say that education and knowledge has become economic capital because Gurukulas and universities both are same. Nalanda and Takshashila, that concept was existing. Nalanda extinguished, but now Nalanda Vidyavihara has come. Now there is Nalanda University which is being established now and it is functioning very well. Traditional knowledge is given on this. So knowledge transmission as a non-commercial yet economically empowering activity. That is why knowledge transmission is very important. Indigenous technology and economics. So these concepts are related to economics. I will not go much detail into this. Colonial disruption of IKS economy. So Indian traditional knowledge system which was existing and most powerful, it was destroyed by the Britishers during the colonial period. From 1650 to 1948, 300 years Britishers ruled. And Britishers wanted whatever is produced in England, that should be sold in India. That is why our traditional knowledge system based related medicines and products is basically destroyed by the Britishers. India was one of the richest countries in 14th and 15th century. In 19th century, India became one of the poorest countries in the world because of colonial exploitation. That is what is very important for this. Revival of modern economic potential for the first time. Now this Ayush concept has come. What is this Ayush? Now every hospital has an Ayush doctor. Ayush means Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddha and Homeopathy. These together we call it Ayush doctor. So now these traditional products have got GI tag in the world. Darjeeling tea, these things have got cultural tourism, all these concepts are there. So integration with modern economy, Startup India, Stand Up India, MSME, all these concepts which came. Modi brought this Startup India and Make in India concept in 2014. 2014 brought the concept of Make in India. Then Stand Up India, Startup India, all these concepts came. So these concepts originated from Knowledge Commission of India 2005. Knowledge Commission of India in its report wrote this Make in India, Startup India, all these concepts which came in 2014, and that time we started discussing whether this make in India is a illusion or is a reality. That time we thought it's a illusion. Now it is being fed as reality. These are concepts at that time it originated. Challenges and policy suggestions related to this traditional knowledge system, IPR protection is required. If you want traditional knowledge system be used and produce different products, it needs IPR tag. Then only it will be successful. Examples of IKS integration: Ayurveda plus artificial intelligence. Ayurveda plus AI can produce wonderful medicines than any other traditional medicine. That is what I am integrating. Next, traditional farming with satellite data. Now you go for traditional method of farming with biocompost and use the satellite data, rainfall, temperature and humidity, and that will be wonderful in agriculture sector. You go to Khadi fashion technology. Khadi and fashion technology, these two can be combined because now there is young people are more attracted to fashion technology, but that can be integrated with Khadi and it will be most popular. That is what I am suggesting. Next, Vedic mathematics and education technology. Vedic mathematics and education technology that can be combined. Sanskrit, natural language processing, NLP, these two can be combined and this is how it can be integrated. Significance of IKS in higher education, because one of the concepts which was given to me is significance of economic IKS in higher education because it revives ancient wisdom in a modern context. Why this Indian knowledge system is taught in higher education? Because it revives the traditional knowledge with new concept. Teachers should learn, students should learn, so that we will protect the traditional knowledge. Second is promotes holistic and interdisciplinary learning. Many of you may be doing, now there are 7 types of courses in BB. What are those 7 types of courses? One is called core course, we call major course. Now you have discipline specific course, we call it minor course. Then you have 4 types of courses. One is called AEC, Ability Enhancement Course, English Business Communication. You are teaching 6 credits. And you are teaching multidisciplinary course. Multidisciplinary course, MDC. Then you have another course, VAC, Value Added Course. And last, you are teaching also what? Interdisciplinary is multidisciplinary.
Course that is optional.
No, optional is foreign language. Skill enhancement course. So I will just point out how these courses are overlapping with each other. Okay, how these courses, it is framed by AICT, I understand. Very talented people are there, but there are a lot of paragraphs I found in your syllabus which is you are teaching at undergraduate classes in BBA courses. So global recognition, Yoga Ayurveda has already got global recognition when Modi, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Damodar Das Modi started this Yoga Day and it has become very popular throughout the world. Higher education benefits of IKS because our higher education system will benefit because it will foster critical thinking. Why it will foster critical thinking? When traditional medicine mixed with modern medicine, people will think critically. Next, cultural identity. Then encouragement multilingualism, Sanskrit, Tamil, and it also leads to holistic student development. I will come in detail. Relevance of IKS in modern economics, sustainable development, ethics in economics, rural economy, governance, all these things have relevance with this. Why IKS matters in business today? You are all teaching business to the students. Why IKS has been introduced as a course? Because why I am saying this, now most of the management colleges, there is a problem. Who will teach this Indian knowledge system? Yes or no? When principal says a particular teacher, you go and teach, he is reluctant because I don't know about it. I have to read and because it was not taught. I went to a college that was in Gajpati district as this NEP 2020 coordinator. I went and talked to the principal. Principal told that now my headache has increased. Now you have introduced these 4 types of courses. What are those? Multidisciplinary course, one is called skill enhancement course, one is called value added course. These 3 particular ability enhancement, English and ODA was taught, no problem at all. When this multidisciplinary course, skill enhancement course, value based course was taught, these courses were not existing earlier. There is no specific teacher. And principal told that all my senior teachers refused, will not teach this Indian knowledge system because there is no book available and we are not competent enough to teach this Indian knowledge system. I asked the principal, who is teaching in your college? He told that 2 years back a Sanskrit teacher was appointed in our college. He is a young man, he will not resist. Whatever I will say, he will do. I have told him to teach environmental issues. Sanskrit teacher teaching environmental issues in a college in Gajpati district. And how competent he is, a Sanskrit teacher to teach environmental issues? Because there are botany teachers, chemistry teachers, economics teachers, or were 2 teachers in a department, all of them are refused. Then I made that particular Sanskrit teacher that are you teaching environmental issues? He told that I was in a Sanskrit school and Sanskrit college, never taught environmental newspaper. But when principal told, if I resist, I am in probation, he will take away my job. So now I am teaching. Quality of teaching you can think of. This is what happened in a college. Now recently I had a meeting, I visited DD University where all college principals were invited. And all college principals told that we had a hard time to decide and keep this paper who will teach multidisciplinary, value added and skill based. These three. And in your colleges where you are teaching, do you find such difficulty? Who will teach this particular multidisciplinary course? No. But you never studied that particular course when you are a student of university or college.
It's a culture.
But how are you teaching?
By mixing up both the Indian, your Western along with the Anglo.
That means you are reading and teaching.
No, we have discussed about it earlier and we are happy that it was being introduced.
Okay. So you are happy that it is being introduced. But my question was, since nobody was competent, if you tell me to teach economics, I can teach you economics very frequently without reading any books. If you tell me to teach Indian knowledge system, I have to read and prepare and come to teach. Obviously. So that is a problem. I will come to this in detail. So these are called the IKS elements: dharma, sustainability, indigenous knowledge, materials, holistic well-being. All were introduced in this. So this is the first part of the story. Second part I will come. Then I will leave you 15 minutes for discussion. We will come to this concept which is called NEP in higher education in Odisha particularly, because the topic was given relevance of IKS in higher education, then NEP 2020, what is the particular implementation in what are the issues. So look at NEP 2020 stated that it was to be implemented from the academic year 2023-24. That means if you look at NEP document which was released by the Government of India HRD Ministry, it shows that now we are implementing this NEP, but all universities and colleges will implement NEP syllabus from the year 2023-24. In your college, which year it will introduce? 24-25. That means many states like Uttarakhand, Karnataka, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, they implemented from 2023, but Government of Odisha implemented from the academic year 2024-25. We are 1 year late. We are 1 year late to implement the NEP 2020 syllabus. This is number one. Number two, 1 year has been completed. Now we are here to analyze what are the implementation issues and challenges faced by different colleges. So what is the vision of NEP 2020? What NEP 2020 exactly wanted? NEP 2020 wanted an education system rooted in Indian ethos. That means we want one education system which is based on Indian traditional knowledge. That is what is called the basic objective of NEP 2020, and it says we need equitable, vibrant knowledge society, high quality education to all. Equitable and vibrant knowledge society. Now we will, after 1 year, we will examine whether we are able to make this vibrant society or not. That is what is the objective of examination. The vision was to make education more accessible. That means educational colleges, educational institutions should be available at your doorstep. Is this objective fulfilled? Are the colleges available in panchayat and village level? No. Is it available either in the block level or particularly professional institutions which are providing computer science management, they are available mostly in urban areas. The basic objective of NEP 2020 was accessibility of education, but this accessibility concept has not been fulfilled by the present education. If government will establish some of the management and this institution at rural areas, then only this particular concept or objective will be fulfilled. Next was inclusive. It ensures all students, including those with disabilities and from diverse background, will learn in the mainstream. That means the higher education, professional education, technical education, medical education, it should provide equal opportunity to all. But till now, this particular objective is not fulfilled because all this education we are talking of, technical education, or you talk about the medical education, is very costly. Very costly. Technical education, look at this IIM. How much fees they are charging? 2 lakh per student per year, if I am right. IIM is charging 2 lakh per student per year. Is it government education free of cost provided? Can a poor student can afford to pay so much? So IIM education is not available to the poor people in the country, even if it is a government institution. Look at medical education. Medical education, even in government medical colleges, fees is more than 60,000 rupees. Private is 6 lakh, 7 lakh. Is it possible on the part of a poor child? No. Here my suggestion will be, IIM, even you look at medical colleges established by government, engineering colleges by government, the fees should be reduced within 10,000 per year. Then only it will be accessible to all poor people of the country. So since it is a government institution and welfare is your basic objective, why so much of fees is taken? But general colleges only 1200, 1300 fees is taken, 10 rupees per month. But why the medical technical institution it should stay? Here there is a suggestion that we, a group of people have suggested, 1/3 of the seats you keep it only for the BPL category students free of cost. Okay, so you have reservation for SC, ST and general, doesn't matter, but you keep fee reservation. Fee reservation means you keep 30,000 for general students. For those who are coming with BPL card of their parents, and make it free for them in all government institutions. Government revenue will not be reduced, but it will help millions of poor people in the country. It will help millions of the poor people who are unable to study medical education or engineering education. So fee reservation for BPL category student is the new demand that all intellectuals now posing to the government of India. That should be introduced, and that can bring holistic accessibility and equitable education in the country. Next, and equitable. Education system should be equitable, but what I looked at your MBBS syllabus, it is not at all equitable. I will come to this. It should be flexible. Flexibility is provided in your syllabus. It says that after first year, any student who leaves the course will be provided a certificate. Yes or no?
Yes.
But there is a condition written, many of you may not be knowing. It says that after completion of the courses, unless and until a student completes a summer internship program of 4 credits, he or she will not be provided certificates to the students. All of you know this?
Yes.
Yes. But in your syllabus, this summer internship is kept in 7th semester. You see, summer internship is a course in 7th semester in your BBA course prescribed by AICTE. But it says that if a student will complete first year course, if he exits either because of marriage of a girl or because of appointment as a havildar or in defense system, he will be provided a certificate. But condition A, he has to complete this 4 credit summer internship. But summer internship is prescribed in 7th semester. How a first year student will complete summer internship? You understand the paradox? That is a big challenge. I will come to this concept I have highlighted. Holistic and multidisciplinary education, because the NEP 2020 says that the education system should be holistic. Holistic means what? Holistic means it will make person emotionally, socially, ethically and academically strong. A person will be ethically strong, emotionally strong, academically strong, because modern present syllabus makes people academically strong, not ethically strong. Not ethically strong, not socially strong, not emotionally strong. Not emotionally strong. So holistic means it will make a person strong in all aspects. Now we will examine whether the present syllabus of BBA is leading to this or not. Next, multidisciplinary curriculum. Multidisciplinary course has been introduced in your syllabus. All of you agree? But those multidisciplinary courses which are prescribed by AICTE in BBA course, are they really multidisciplinary? My answer is no. Indian knowledge system is introduced as a multidisciplinary course in first semester. But Indian knowledge system in Delhi University is included as a value-added course. In Andhra University, it is introduced as a value-added course. AICTE and all the syllabus of Odisha, they have included as a multidisciplinary course. That's a paradox. So courses under NEP, for your BBA course, your major or you call it core 1, there are 66 credits. I remember, it is 16 papers. All papers are 4 credit, one paper is 6 credit. So now we are introducing 66 papers in BBA classes. BBA classes. Do you know leading management institutes, they are not following this particular AICTE course. Because AICTE, when it prepared this course, it has written that this is an indicative syllabus. You may accept, may not accept. AICTE has written in your syllabus, if you look at the page, it's a model syllabus, indicative syllabus, and you have every right to make little changes. But Utkal University introduced these BBA courses without any change in the AITC syllabus.
Yes.
Without any change. This is what I am challenging here. Without a single change, Utkal University introduced, because when it was given the option you can modify your syllabus, why not the syllabus was modified? Why not syllabus? What is the problem? problem. I'll come to this. So you have major course 66 credits, 16 papers. Discipline specific course which you call elective, you have 16 credits but 24 credits in fourth year. So now it becomes 4 papers in first year, second year, third year, 5 papers in fourth year. Multidisciplinary course 6 plus 4, you have 10 credits, you have 4 papers. But ability enhancement course, you have 6 credits, 3 papers, 2 credits each paper. But skill enhancement course is 18 plus 12. How much credit you have? 30 credits. You have 5 papers and 2 papers in fourth year. But my question is here, you look at the imbalance in the course structure. Imbalance in the course structure. So this same syllabus we introduced in Odisha State General Universities. But we have not given so much of weightage to this skill enhancement course. But your BPS syllabus has given much of weightage to this skill enhancement course, but gave less importance to the core course 1. Core course 1 in Delhi University have 18 papers. General, 3 years, 18 papers. But here we find number of papers are much less, which is 16. So here, look at value-based course, you have core course, 2 credit each, 8 credits. So value-added course. But surprisingly, I looked at your BBS syllabus, first year you have 2 value-added course. First year itself 2 value-added course. 1 skill enhancement course, 1 ability enhancement course, 1 multidisciplinary course. So why 2 value-added course introduced in 1 semester, second year, third year, there is no value-added course. That means students need only value in first year, no value they need in second year and third year. Value-added course should have been equally distributed in all semesters. All semesters. Okay, this is what I am proposing here. So this is what is the course structure of BBA, where I found that the imbalance in the course content maybe after 3 years it will be taken care of. Skill enhancement course, you have 5 plus 2 papers, but skill enhancement course, it should be taught in first year, second year, third year only, not in fourth year. Fourth year is specific for honors with research. When honors and research concept comes, it should be only core papers. But in your BBA syllabus, if you correctly remember, I don't know whether you remember or not, the skill enhancement course introduced in 7th and 8th semester. 7th and 8th semester is purely honors and research based. So papers related to honors and research should be introduced. So all of you agree with me or disagree? That means fourth year is specific for honors and it is for research. Why there is a skill enhancement course in the 7th and 4th semester? That is, I do not agree with this particular concept. So this particular concept of summer internship and summer project, but in BBA course there is a summer internship, summer project and dissertation. Project is in 7th semester, dissertation is in 8th semester, project is in 5th semester to be evaluated in 6th semester. Dissertation is in 7th semester to be evaluated in 8th semester. But summer internship is in 7th semester. Fine. But your syllabus says that any student who is exiting after first year, if he completes all courses and completes a summer internship course, he or she will be eligible for a certificate. But summer internship is included in your 7th semester syllabus. How a first year student will complete summer internship? In general universities, Utkal University, Barampur University, reading class 3, we have introduced this summer internship in second year. But we have mentioned that any student wants to complete in first year, he or she is allowed to do summer internship. I was talking of this summer internship in a particular college, and all teachers told that summer is our leave period, it's a holiday. Why should we spend time for the students? Summer is our right, 40 days we will enjoy summer. And we are getting 13 days a year instead of 30 days a year others are getting. So we will not spend time for the summer internship of students. And theory says that summer internship will be conducted only in the summer season. Either it is 15 days, 4 hours every day, 60 credits, or somewhere it is 1 month, 30 days, 120 credits. Maybe. So these are some of the controversies I found in this particular syllabus. Look at your syllabus structure. So your BBS syllabus, honors syllabus, this is what is structure. Ability enhancement course, which are mainly language. There are 3 ability enhancement courses. One is called English, one is called Business Communication 1 in first semester and Business Communication 2 in second semester. That means these language subjects are only taught in first and second semester. It is not taught further. What is the real problem with students? Real problem of most of the students we found is English communication. And we have to improve their English communication and reasoning. That is what is needed in the for the students today. And in many colleges I have found students are not ready to stand up and ask a question simple because their English is weak. So that means more emphasis should be given on English as a subject, ability enhancement subject. So I have proposed here there should be 2 English papers for ability enhancement, 2 business communication papers leading to 8 credits. 8 credits. But what the syllabus has done, syllabus has given more emphasis on this discipline specific, particularly skill enhancement course. Skill enhancement course, excluding first semester, 2 credit, 4, 2, 4, 6. All semesters, excluding first semester, you have this skill enhancement course. Here also, 7th and 8th semester, you have another skill enhancement course. So my submission here will be, this ability skill enhancement course should be removed from 7th semester. Here only core course should be emphasized along with research, and number of courses should be reduced here. Number of courses on ability enhancement should be increased. That is what I am proposing here, to restructure this syllabus after 3 years, because many of you will be attending this. This is what I am specific here. Here we look at discipline specific elective. Discipline specific elective, we call it specialization. This specialization has been introduced in 5th semester and 6th semester, and it is introduced 7th and 8th semester. 7th and 8th semester, if you are going with honors. But here I found an inconsistency. I will come to this particular inconsistency. Sorry, one minute. So this is what is your course structure. Don't forget what this. Okay. Here, this is the course. This is what I have done. This is what I have done. Okay. This is what is the course structure in BBA course. This is the comprehensive analysis. If you look at 3 weeks compulsory induction program is fine. Then core course you have introduced in first semester. AEC you have introduced 1 paper, AEC 2. 2 ability enhancement course has been introduced in first semester. Value-added course has been introduced. Value-added course name is Environmental Science and Sustainability. My suggestion will be this Environmental Science and Sustainability should be included in a multidisciplinary course. It is not a value-added course, because if you look at the Environmental Science syllabus, something related to botany, something related to zoology, something is environmental valuation related to economics. So how is it a value-added course? Do you agree with me? So if you include that in the multidisciplinary course, I consider it's called a multidisciplinary course. But look at this Indian knowledge system. Indian knowledge system is considered here as MBE, we call it MBC, multidisciplinary course. But is Indian knowledge system a multidisciplinary course? Because objective of Indian knowledge system to introduce the course curriculum is to add value and ethics among the people. Ethics and values will come from what? It will come from Indian traditional knowledge system. That means it should be a value-added course. If objective is to bring value, and why not it is a value-added course? If your BBA syllabus, it is included in which syllabus? Is MD, multidisciplinary course. So this is what I am objecting here, because I consider this should be interchanged. These two should be introduced. Similarly, in other semesters this is what. Here I found there are 2 ability enhancement course, but ability enhancement course should not be concentrated only in semester 1. It should 1 paper in 3rd semester, 1 paper in 5th semester, to improve the English communication, so that in international market our students will be more marketable. That is what I am proposing here. So another problem is here, there is an additional course which has been introduced, is foreign language, but credit is 0. If credit is 0, why you college should teach? Why you college should? Are you all teaching this particular additional foreign language? Yes, you are teaching. But it has no credit to be added in the final mark sheet. No credit to be added in the final mark sheet. Here I am proposing at least 2 credits should be given here. 2 credits in BBS syllabus. So it will add value. Students will be interested to know. If there is no credit, automatically nobody will be interested for this course. So this is what is the structure now in BBA course. So where is more weightage? BBA, the core course is 66. BBA honors score is 70. But now what happens, anybody who will complete a 3 years BBA with 96%, he is not having honors, not having a course. That means if you want to get BBA honors, minimum you have to secure 75% mark in all 3 years. Then you will be allowed to go for 4th year. So some students will go, some students cannot qualify to go. So there is an inequality created in the education system itself. But our objective of NEP is equality. When our objective is equality, but in the system you are creating inequality, because you say that only students securing 75% they will go for honors. Students securing less than 75% they will exit after 3 years. Is it not inequality created in the system itself? So what is my suggestion? My suggestion will be any student who will be interested to go for fourth year course, he or she should be allowed without any limit of 78%. Because somebody will be with honors, somebody will not be without honors. Because I got 74%, he or she got 76%. Inequality is created in the system, and he will be selected for any kind of job. I will not be selected because I do not have honors. He has honors. Got it? So what will be my suggestion? My suggestion will be any student who completes successfully 3 years, if he is interested for fourth year course without any benchmark, he or she should be allowed to go for fourth year class with research or without research as per his choice. Next is multiple entry and exit. Look at this peculiar system. This is a very good system, but multiple entry and exit and 1 year certificate course is an illusion today. Why I consider it illusion? In general university, 13 universities of Odisha, 200 students left after first year course. Then after first year, students reading economics honors, politics and history honors, they left after first year. Not a single student was given a certificate course. Well, we made a survey. Why you are not given a certificate course? Because you have not completed the summer internship. So why you have not completed the summer internship? Because summer internship is not provided in the college. It will be provided in second year, and in BBA it will be provided in seventh semester. Then how you will complete? How you will get started? So is it a reality or illusion? It has become illusion. So what will be your suggestion? Summer internship should be introduced in second semester during the summer, so that if somebody doesn't complete in second year, he can complete, third year he can complete, or fourth year he can complete. It should start from the first year itself, so that one will be eligible to get certificate course after first year, one will be eligible to get second year diploma course. Otherwise, it still remains illusion, because once a girl gets married in the month of July after completion of first semester, second semester. In July there will be no summer internship. Summer internship will be next June. So he will wait for another 1 year to get the certificate. That way it has become an illusion. So in your MBA syllabus, this is a change which I am suggesting. So here I have written how to provide a certificate, diploma certificate without 50% off. This is another problem. NEP 2020, I don't know whether you have correctly seen or not. It says that if a college or institution has minimum 50% faculty with PhD, then only you can provide fourth year course, honors and research. So you look at this United Business School. United Business School, I just went to your website. I found there are 24 MBA faculty and 11 MCA faculty. How many are there? 35. But having PhD is only 11. That means this United School of Business Management is not eligible for fourth year course. Because 50% faculty are not having PhD as per NEP syllabus. Why I say that? Because in Barampur University, we have many affiliated colleges. We asked the PhD certificate of all these teachers. Finally, we found out of 128 colleges, only 4 colleges qualified at fourth year course. 4 colleges. SBR College, then Gajapati District, that is one autonomous college, one Chhatrapur College, and one more college. 4 colleges qualified because 50% teachers had this particular PhD degree. That means many of the management colleges in Odisha, those who are not having 50% teachers with PhD, they cannot have this particular research degree fourth year course. Inequality is created. Equality is your objective. So here my suggestion will be, guiding dissertation or guiding research project doesn't require PhD. Because all the MBA teachers, they have done their own dissertation, they have done their own research. Even without having PhD, they should be allowed to guide. So 50% PhD requirement should be completely waived, so that every student will be treated at par, every student can complete fourth year course. Do you agree with me? Yes. That is what I am suggesting here. But these are some of the issues you might not have pointed out, because when I went through your syllabus, I am professor of economics, but I found this kind of inconsistency in your syllabus. What's paradox? Why I call it a core paradox? Our objective of NEP 2020 is a national level syllabus where all students in all states should have equal number of honors courses, core courses, so that we can bring parity. But when I was a lecturer in Venkateswara College of Delhi University, you'll be surprised to know, in Odisha there are 8 honors papers, but I was teaching 13 honors papers. 13 honors paper in Delhi University, but there was parity was not there. But now government say that NEP 2020 will bring equality among all students throughout the state country, across all states. But you look at many university syllabus, they have made 18 honors course. West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh have 18 core courses, we have 16 courses. So 2 courses they have more, they have an added academics. Yes. So look at SCC is 2 credit course in first and second semester, but 4 credit course in third semester. Why same SCC course having 4 credits in second semester and 2 credits in first semester? Okay. So SCC courses should have less weightage than the core course. Agree? Core course is 4 credits. Okay, other courses are 2 credits. But one of the course I found that is called SCC, which is included in third semester, it has a 4 credit. That means you are giving equal weightage to a SCC course with honors course. All of you have marked this particular in your syllabus? Yes. So one course in third semester, which is called SCC paper, has 4 credits equal to honors paper, equal to major paper. That should not be. That should not be. Okay. Next, paradox in course I told AEC English should have 3 credits, BSc should have 2 credits. So English course should be emphasized more looking at the Indian student standards. But it is a 2 credit syllabus. Here I propose that it should be 3 credits as in many universities I found. Particularly in all state universities where we are teaching economics, history, political science, this SCC course is 3 credits. Our emphasis more on English communication. But you have 2 business communication 1, business communication 2, but English is 1 paper which is taught only in first semester. My suggestion will be English 1 should be taught in first semester, English 2 should be taught in third semester, so that we can improve the English knowledge of the students. That is what I am proposing here. So this is what is called 7th semester course in BBA honors. Here it is written that summer internship refer to appendix 6.1. This what is this called SCC 7.2. Here it is written summer internship. So summer internship is considered as a skill enhancement course. Clear? So it is considered a skill enhancement course. So this course is mandatory for certificate, mandatory for diploma after first year, second year, but included in 7th semester. This particular course should be taken to the first semester. If somebody cannot clear or keeps a back or not eligible to, so second semester, third semester is optional. But if you keep it in 7th semester, all students are not going to 7th semester because some of them may leave because they have not secured 75% mark. So automatically they will be a student from this benefit. Next is paradox in ability enhancement course. So you have 3 ability enhancement course. One is called business communication 1, which is taught in first semester. English is taught in first semester. Business communication is taught in second semester. That means in first year all these courses are concentrated. So it should be spread over 3 semesters. Next, why not mother tongue education be introduced in AEC? Why I am saying this? Because one of the basic objective of Indian knowledge system and this particular NEP 2020, more education should be provided in the mother tongue. That is why now medicine books and other books are being translated into mother tongue. Okay, but in your BBA syllabus, not a single mother tongue paper is there. Not a single mother tongue paper. I don't know whether it is relevant or not because yes.
Mother tongue paper is in BC.
BC. Barampur University has included, but in BBA syllabus I could not find. There, but AICT syllabus which is being introduced in United School of this college, there is no course on mother tongue. Other universities have done. So you can correct me. Do you have a mother tongue course in your BBA syllabus? No. Utkal University has done. Barampur University has done. Barampur University BBA syllabus has a mother tongue paper called English, Sanskrit or Telugu. But AICT syllabus of BBA has no mother tongue course. That is Odia. Why not in BBA? Why not in BBA? We are emphasizing on mother tongue education.
In BBA, they had asked that the optional paper that is for Indian language or foreign language.
But that is no credit course.
No, that's
If it is no credit, no student will come. I know. And it is only one class per week. And how much weightage is given? Okay. But these are for future considerations I am discussing, because this is what I observed from this kind of syllabus. So is it, I have made a question mark, is it sufficient to have one paper in English? Your views? Two papers or one paper? Or no paper? Two papers should be there. Now in your syllabus there is only one paper. So two papers to make our communication strong. So why not four papers AEC, two papers in BSc? Value added course has more number of papers. Ability enhancement course has less number of papers. I have told little change. This is reshuffle which will improve your syllabus. Can you achieve the target of teaching the mother tongue, producing books in mother tongue by this course structure? This is a question mark I have given. So you have to think of. Now challenges of certificate diploma, as we look at your page number 24 of your syllabus. BBA syllabus, page number 24. This is what is the statement written. What is the statement? It talks about the students will have an option to exit after first year of business administration program, will be awarded UG certificate in business administration, but student on exit have to compulsorily complete additional 4 credit either in skill based course or vocational course or summer term internship. So one more course he has to do. Whenever a student exit after first year in the month of July or August, what is his opportunity to get this course done? Can he do another 4 credit course? So this should be completely removed. A student completes 20 credits in first year means certificate will be provided. A student completes 40 credits in second year, diploma will be provided. Why this additional clause is there in your BBA syllabus? But so because this will be extremely difficult. Extremely difficult. After somebody completes 1 year, how this course summer internship will be done like this? Next. So here the existing student will clear this particular summer internship. One more. Challenges of exit system. Can control of examination issue a certificate, diploma certificate in exit? I just checked the control of examination of Utkal University. Chinmay sir. I asked, have you prepared a mark sheet and certificate for first year student exiting? He told that no. We have never thought that any, but 200 students have left after first year. These are statistics, because now we have, that is called, that particular name is, that is something, it's called graduation dropout something. That means we got the statistics, how many students have dropped out after first year. 200 students have left, but none of them have issued by any kind of certificate. They know certificate. One student told that, even called me, my name is in the website of the Barampur University now. So everybody is contacting me. One last student told that, sir, after first year I was got married, I want this certificate. I told that no controller can issue this certificate, you only ask God. Only ask God who can give you certificate. Because she has not completed this 4 credit internship program. Well, can you complete the Sasudhara and complete this internship program? Even it's not possible. Control I asked, have you prepared a proforma for certificate course? Not yet done. And fortunately, I will be surprised in Ramadevi University. I was there in the board. I found 4 colleges under Ramadevi University has not yet taught this particular NEP syllabus which was introduced. They have traditional syllabus, they have taught. When question is, student told that this is not our syllabus. 4 colleges this happened. This is what is the ignorance of teachers. Charita college re semane puruna syllabus पढ़ी चलते वर्ष जाक नुआ syllabus introduce होला semane जानी ना. I'll tell you some other problems also. Mid semester and semester examination is compulsory for us. आगुर कौन थिला जड़े पिला जदि मिड सेमिस्टर परीक्षा न देला फाइनल सेमिस्टर रे जदि 70 रु 60 रखिला त से पास इन एनईपी सिलेबस कहूची अपीयरेंस इन मिड सेमिस्टर इज कंपल्सरी मिड सेमिस्टर रे गोटे पिला 0 मार्क रखले पास करिवो एब्सेंट लिखले फेल मे बी मेनी पीपल आर नॉट अवेयर तमारे दिस शोज अंडर एनईपी सिलेबस मिड सेमिस्टर एंड एंड सेमिस्टर आर कंपल्सरी फॉर ऑल स्टूडेंट्स प्रीवियसली गोटे पिला मिड सेमिस्टर न देले मध्ये रेस्ट ऑफ द कोर्स रे जदी भलो मार्क रखला पास करथला these things many of the students do not know. Now marks are uploaded by the college itself. So we found many colleges are uploaded, some students are absent, but still they are continuing third semester or first semester. And there is no system of second time mid semester examination. Mid semester examination to be completed by a student in the semester itself, but college can give an opportunity for mid semester exam before the first. The second time mid semester can be held before the form fill-up. Many students do not know this. They have gone to third semester, continue the course. First semester they are absent in the mid-semester examination. Final result after 3 years, what will be result? Fail. This is the ignorance of the teachers. They have not informed their students. Okay, you got it? This is the problem. And second problem is, if you look at this mid-semester examination, NEP told that mid-semester should be 40 marks and end semester should be 70 marks. But right now in your college, what is the system? 30-70 or 40-60? 30-70. And 30-70 is to be divided 20 marks written examination, 5 marks attendance, 5 marks quiz or assignment. Are you giving attendance? Okay. It says that 75 to 85 1 mark, 85 to 95 3 marks, and 95 above 5 marks. Are your students getting 75 marks? Really? No. You are all falsifying the document. You are falsifying the attendance of the student and giving 3 marks or 5 marks. That means you are unethical in providing marks to the students. Yes or no? Then this is not general, this is unethical. I will say this is unethical. All our teachers, I can guarantee say that none of the students or only 5% students will have more than 78% attendance in the class. But you are all forced to give them 3 marks or 5 marks, 3 marks or 5 marks because of this problem. Recently this problem has come, and that is the reason why student union election is not being held, because of this attendance is linked to mark. Attendance is linked to mark because you see there was a controversy in Ramadev University. The controller instructed you give at least 3 marks to all students so that they have more than 70% will be eligible to fill up the form. Some students have complained. I have seen the student never coming to the class, how 75% attendance you have given 3 marks. So these are the controversies and issues, and how to solve these issues, that is a big challenge for all of you. Now there is another question is credit transfer. Try to understand this concept. That is called Academic Bank of Credit, ABC. Every student should be provided ABC registration number in the first semester. Have you provided this number to students? Yes? Yeah. Number 2, it says that every certificate of the students should have 2 additional things in the final mark sheet and certificate. What is that? ABC number to be introduced. Number 2, language or medium of writing examination, that is to be certificate रे बर्तमान mandatory लिखा है कि 2टा जिनस रहिबो गोटे पिलार ABC academic bank of credit से कोड जदि एचु छाडी के आउटे जाले पाठ पढिबो तार सेही क्रेडिट नंबर एंट्री हो. So that is to be written in the time of form fill up for every student. बर्तमान रमादेवी यूनिवर्सिटी रो प्राय अधे कॉलेज रे पिला माने फॉर्म फिल अप करचंदी ABC नंबर लिखना. But how the controller will get this academic bank of credit registration number? So बुझी पाछन एबीसी नंबर ता प्रत्येक पिला तार फॉर्म फिल बेले लिखिबो, किंतु वर्तमान ओडिसा रे सब कॉलेज रे पुराना फॉर्म ला प्रिंट हे गितला ताकू यूज करचंदी बोले एबीसी नंबर रखिया स्कोप मतलब कंट्रोलर कर यूज दैट मुसे एबीसी नंबर आई. Okay, this is what one-to-one interaction with one controller of examination. She told me that students have not written the ABC number in their formula. So, but I have forced by the government that you have to print the certificate with the ABC number. How will I put this ABC number? Academic Bank of Credit. This is an issue. So, objective is to make awareness among the students. This is an issue. How to credit transfer is possible. ABC registration number, and this brings inequality in the system. Now, this is I am concluding because time was given up to 1:30, 11:30 to 1:30. I am just approaching. I will not take much time. So this is the last previous slide. What is IPS? Traditional plus technology plus English. You just combine these 3. That is what I understand is called Indian knowledge system. That means not just preserving the past, but empowering the future. You preserve the past and empower the future with previous knowledge. So ancient Indian insight with modern scientific tool. Ancient Indian insight, use it in modern scientific tool. Then this is what is called Indian knowledge system. Indian knowledge system offers sustainable, inclusive economic models. It needs policy, education and entrepreneurship. Future lies blending tradition with technology. That is what is the final message. That means if you can blend the tradition with modern knowledge, that is your future. But the way that India is moving today, it is not at all sustainable. It is not at all sustainable. The future generation is going to suffer a lot the way that you are progressing, because you need to blend tradition with technology. That is what is the name. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. So 2 minutes. Any question related to your syllabus or anything quickly so that everybody will know. Otherwise, we will close the session.
So any questions from the participant side as well?
Regarding NEP syllabus implementation, traditional Indian knowledge system is Rachana. Don't worry about that. So regarding your syllabus, course structure, internal examination, final examination.
Semester examinations for second semester.
Second semester?
Final examinations. End semester, we were expecting.
Okay, let me tell you. There is an examination calendar. Examination calendar says that your mid-semester examination must be completed before 30th September. That you have to do. The end semester examination must be completed before 15th December.
Second semester.
Third semester I'm talking.
No, but UFCAR haven't given us for the second semester. We did not conduct the second semester yet.
No, that is because first time we introduced this NEP syllabus, and there is a problem in Utkal University. Even results are not published in many of the courses. That's a problem because we need a huge transformation. Huge transformation means there was a previous format of mark sheet. Now we need a new format of mark sheet. Now we have to introduce the AEC course, MDC course, all these things. Okay, and this particular transcript mark sheet are done in New Delhi. It is not done.
Good afternoon, everyone, esteemed dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome our distinguished guest, Dr. Bharat Das, to today's faculty development program. May I now request our principal sir to kindly offer a floral gesture to our discussion. Dr. Das is a renowned management trainer and educator who creatively uses Panchatantra stories to connect with the deeper aspect of self and organizational development. He has conducted more than 350 seminars and workshops across sectors such as healthcare, education, steel, mining and automobiles. He has been appointed as a master trainer by the Indian Knowledge System Division, Ministry of Education, Government of India, to train university teachers on Niti Shastra and storytelling pedagogy, and also a UGC appointed trainer under the Malviya Mission Teacher Training Program. He has been sought after resource person for FDPs conducted at institutions such as Osmania University, IIT Patna, and so on. Currently, he is serving as a course coordinator for the ITS thematic program on Niti Shastra and Arthashastra and is a member of the UGC panel for developing the new political science syllabus. As an academician, Dr. Das has been associated with reputed institutions in and around Mumbai, teaching subjects like design thinking, Niti Shastra through Panchatantra, innovation and creative management, and business communication. He was also a TCS faculty for a tailor-made course on design thinking for engineering graduates. At present, he is a Deputy Director at the Center for Indian Knowledge System, Sri Sri University, Cuttack, Odisha. An IT engineer by qualification, Dr. Das holds a PhD in Niti Shastra and Panchatantra. Prior to entering academics, he worked with leading corporate organizations such as Infosys and so on. Adding to his versatility, he is also a certified yoga trainer accredited by the Yoga Certification Board, Government of India and Yoga Alliance USA. Through his initiative, Katha and Pratha, he has been spreading the timeless wisdom of Panchatantra and Indian classicals to help individuals become better have you with us, sir, today. With these words, I humbly request you, sir, to take up the session and enlighten us with your insights. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Oh, the volume is almost perfect.
একটা বন্ধ করলে বন্ধ হয়ে যাবে।
Good afternoon. So first let me just appreciate that we are so punctual with respect to the time. Almost starting at dot 2:30. So goes well with what you are going to study or what you are going to discuss with respect to Indian knowledge system. So to begin with, let me thank USBM for this opportunity to meet you all, to be in this institute and as a speaker, and all the people who have organized this. This is a nice initiative that you have, and the speakers. I got a chance to hear Sir for the last half an hour he was talking. I missed the opportunity to hear him before that. Great insights with respect to how to come up with syllabus or syllabi of either directly related to IKS or beyond it. So some real good technical stuff talked by or shared by Sir over here. Now coming to my topic. It's been a long time, it's been quite a time, rather not long, it's been quite a time that I was this nervous in front of crowd. Today I am, because the reason is this topic. So when Devashish sir came to our institute and he met me, he said that IKS का कर रहे हैं आना ठीक है इधर ही है आ जाओ कब है ऐसा है and he said okay आपको भगवत गीता पे बोलना है I said wait let me just tell you one thing कि मैं I have been listening to Gita since a very long time but मैं भगवत गीता का स्कॉलर नहीं मैं अच्छा this is a disclaimer, okay? I'm here to start because I'll give you perspective, okay? I'll tell you the perspective through which I am approaching this beautiful text. So for that I have to bring this context. So मैं नहीं हूँ मुझे आप बाकी बोल दो मैं अर्थशास्त्र में बोलूँगा नीति शास्त्र में बोलूँगा भाषाशास्त्र तो मैं मेरा लेके बोलूँगा जितना पूरे दिन बोलूँगा तो he said नहीं आपको भगवत गीता में बोलना है I don't know what made him insist this. And I almost smiled the way I'm smiling now and I just said, ठीक है चलो I take it up. And it was 2 months back and I thought जिसको मैंने इतनी बार सुना है और इतने ढंग से पढ़ा है उसका कोई नया पर्सपेक्टिव मैं लाके देना चाहूँगा. So I will not be let me take this. I am not a scholar of Sanskrit. Neither I am someone who's a master of Bhagavad Gita. In fact, for the initial few years of my journey on IKS, I made it a point that I will not touch upon Ramayana and Mahabharata. I made it a point. Though I know more than common people do, but I will not touch upon because the storyteller in me always felt that the kind of attachment we have with respect to the characters of Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata and Ramayana is so deep and so personal that anything I say may not be taken from an educational perspective today. So hence I said पंचतंत्र अच्छा है उसमें मैं किसी भी शेर को किसी भी चूहे को बिल्ली को मार दूं कोई किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. So I will go with that because for me the message is more important than the characters. But humans, it's not easy to detach ourselves from characters, and specifically from characters like Krishna, from characters like Arjuna, from characters like Dhritarashtra. I'm dead sure that all of us will have some kind of bias, either positive or negative bias, when it comes to these characters. Some kind of bias. इसी semester I completed teaching conflict management through Sundarkand Ramayana. And forget about conflict management, the entire class became a crisis for me. Because people like सीता को क्यों छोड़ा? वो मेरे को मत पूछो, मुझे नहीं पता. So there are multiple perspectives. Let's learn from the stories and let's understand that the person who has written this, the person who have been working on it over and over again, they are teachers like us. They understand that what is the message is important, and that needs to be put across, that needs to be followed, that needs to be understood, that needs to be practiced. And hence, I thought, ठीक है चलो भगवत गीता से ये चैलेंज ले लेते हैं. एंड सो एक तरीके का अगले 1.5 घंटे के आसपास मैं एक्सपेरिमेंट करने वाला हूँ और हम सभी इस एक्सपेरिमेंट के गिनी पिग्स हैं. आई होप आफ्टर दिस एक्सपेरिमेंट वी कम अप, आप लोग थोड़ा आराम से बैठो, we come up with something which is substantial, something that is useful for us. Okay? Stop me wherever you feel there's a point that you need to make. Stop me wherever you feel that you have a different perspective, because this is not a session. I am almost at par with you with respect to the knowledge of this. Only this, let's use this forum as a medium to talk about something as revered, as important as the Bhagavad Gita. So क्या जानते हैं गीता के बारे में? Let's go. Thank you. So what do we know about Bhagavad Gita? It is a part of which text? Mahabharata. It's a part of Mahabharata. Now we'll have also a brief introduction about what IKS is and where does Mahabharata fit in. So what is Mahabharata in terms of the entire gambit of IKS? If you look at IKS as a Indian knowledge system, a complete library or a complete section of different books, scriptures, subjects, philosophies, all put together, Mahabharata कहाँ fit होता है? Where does Mahabharata fit in? Which category, which type of book is Mahabharata? It's an epic. It's called an epic. Okay. History. Okay. Mythology, history. Very good. So not history. Not history. मैं इसके लिए नहीं पढ़ा. Hence I don't get into Mahabharata and Ramayana. शुरू 5 मिनट ही हुआ है ना. So history, mythology. Not history, not mythology. So this is how it can go. This can continue. This debate can continue this because perspectives are different. And this is really, unless we bring in an element of IKS which talks about the nomenclature, which talks about what is the right name for it, which talks about what is the right way to address such books. So it will not use history for Mahabharata, neither it will use mythology. It will use its own term called itihasa. Itihasa. So itihasa is not history. Itihasa is not mythology. Itihasa means something that happens as it is. ऐसा हुआ था, ऐसा हुआ है, या ऐसा होता है. इतिहास. इतिहास. ऐसा होता है. Now if you look at it from this perspective, this nomenclature, the word history will not fit in. Because we call history, we call that period of human existence as history for which we have recorded evidence. Recorded evidence. We call that period of human existence as prehistoric for which we do not have recorded evidence. This is not a recorded evidence. It is not an evidence. It is something which is a scripture. Maybe we can call it as epic. So where does it fit in? The right word for addressing Mahabharata would be itihasa and itihasa only. Myth फिर एक झगड़े पे ले जाएगा, हिस्ट्री फिर एक झगड़े पे ले जाएगा. हम न्यूट्रल रहते हैं, हम बोलते हैं उसको ऐसे ही एड्रेस करेंगे जैसे हमारे गुरुओं ने कहा था इतिहास. ओके, एज इट इज, ऐसा होता है. सो इसके साथ दूसरा कौन है? रामायण. Ramayana and Mahabharata both are the legendary epics or the legendary itihasa from our scriptures. Right? Why they are legendary? What is so special about Ramayana and Mahabharata? The answer?
They get lots of life values.
Wow, we get lots of life values from it. Correct. Yes.
And if we go through it properly, then probably many times many problems are solved.
Yeah, problem.
Yeah, relevancy management.
I like this few words that you use, ma'am. If we go through it properly, and probably many of our problems will get solved. So both helps. Sometimes they can create problems also.
Yes, obvious. When you become more ethical, try to
When you become more ethical,
try to become more genuine.
nice. Try to become more
Genuine.
genuine. Acha.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. Okay. So we'll come to this word ethical a bit later. We have this word in a couple of slides over here, and my core area of work is on this, which is not basically ethics, but something related to ethics, नीति. So क्यों जरूरत थी महाभारत? अच्छा, महाभारत और रामायण में if you look at the message, the knowledge, what it contains, is that knowledge coming for the first time in Mahabharata and Ramayana, or was the knowledge existing before Ramayana and Mahabharata?
Existed.
It existed. It existed. What is this knowledge about? Management. Okay.
Decision making.
Decision making. Okay, fine.
Problem solving, life skills.
Solving life skills.
Life skills.
Okay. Itihasa comes under, again, is considered one of the categories of something called as Vedic literature. Okay, Vedic literature. Why it is called as Vedic literature, or sometimes of which the darshans are also a part, Ashtada darshan are also a part of, because they completely agree with the not just the authority of the Vedas, but also the philosophy of the Vedas. Okay, what it contains. तो वेदों में वो सब कुछ था, and वेद के अंदर उपनिषद, वेदों में वो सब कुछ था जो महाभारत या रामायण ने कहा, कुछ नया नहीं. कृष्णा ने भी महाभारत में आके कुछ नया नहीं, वेद में सब था. तो रामायण और महाभारत लिखने की जरूरत नहीं. Okay? Because वो वैसा ही होता है कि मैं आपको, या फिर आप जब क्लास में जाते हो, if you teach through bullet points, or if you teach through the textbook, how many of you teach through the textbook? Very rare. So if you read the textbook in front of them, no, right? You cannot read the textbook in front of them, because if you read the textbook in front of them, ये सो जाएंगे, या फिर जैसे सर ने कहा था कि वो 75% अटेंडेंस वाला क्राइटेरिया किसी का फुलफिल नहीं होगा, and will not be able to go ahead with it. So what do you want? You want to make sure that it's appealing. It's appealing in such few ways, right? So when it comes to, and again I'm bringing the storyteller's perspective to this. Okay, when we think of making people understand a concept, nothing works better than a story. Nothing works better than a story. Right? So sir economics पढ़ाते हैं. इकोनॉमिक्स से बोरिंग सब्जेक्ट कोई नहीं है अगर हमने स्टोरीज को हटा दिया. सोलो. सो एक डिमांड एंड सप्लाई को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए यू हैव टू ब्रिंग इन सो मेनी एस्पेक्ट. आलू का एस्पेक्ट लेके आना है, संतरे का एस्पेक्ट लेके आना है, सेब बेच रहे हो, बनाना बेच रहे हो, यू आर सेइंग सो मेनी थिंग्स बिकॉज़ वो एक चीज समझ में आ जाए कि भाई ये होता है. राइट? सो हेंस यू नीड टू ब्रिंग इन सो मेनी एलिमेंट्स बिकॉज़ दैट इज रिलेटेबल. लॉ ऑफ डिमांड एंड लॉ ऑफ सप्लाई ये रिलेटेबल चीज नहीं है. वो कर्व रिलेटेबल नहीं है. रिलेटेबल क्या है? जो आपका ट्रांजैक्शन होता है जब आप मार्केट में जाते हो वो रिलेटेबल है. क्यों होता है? Right? So what the Gita or what the Mahabharata and the Ramayana do very nicely is they bring in relatable characters through which the message can be put. Okay? And these are not the only texts which contain stories. और कौन से टेक्स्ट है इंडियन नॉलेज सिस्टम में जिसके अंदर स्टोरीज हैं? जातक टेल्स. ओके, जातक कथाएं, पंचतंत्र, या और Sengal Sabatisi, okay, nice, very nice. So we are all moving around Niti Shastra now. Sengal Sabatisi, और कुछ? Okay. वेदों में कहानी है. प्रॉपर जो वेद अगर आप देखोगे, संहिता वगैरह ब्राह्मण वगैरह देखोगे, संहिता वगैरह ब्राह्मण में कहानियां हैं. Plain knowledge, simple, straight knowledge, pure knowledge. But that is not easily digestible. वो डाइजेस्ट नहीं होता. वो गाजर चबाना पड़ता है. गाजर का हलवा मन से कोई खाता है. सो वो गाजर, कच्चा गाजर और गाजर के हलवा में थोड़ा फर्क है. दोनों में गाजर है. क्या फर्क है? टेस्ट. अंदर विटामिन दोनों के. तो गाजर का हलवा कन्वर्ट करने में टाइम लगता है. सो जो नॉलेज है, वो वेदों का प्योर नॉलेज है, वो गाजर है. गाजर नहीं, वो गाजर के अंदर प्रेजेंट वो कैरोटीन है, वो विटामिन ए है जो चाहिए. बट कोई खाएगा, बहुत कम लोग उसको शॉप से खाएंगे. So you need to convert it into this format which is easily digestible. So in comes the methodology which was used in which is storytelling. One of few aspects of, for the initial aspects of storytelling you will find in the Puranas. Okay, the Puranas. जितने भी 18 महापुराण हो या फिर जितने भी पुराण हो हम देखते हैं, इन सब में वो स्टोरी टेलिंग एस्पेक्ट आपको नजर आएगा. शिव पुराण, विष्णु पुराण, गरुड़ पुराण, स्कंद पुराण, इन सब में आपको दिखाई देगा स्टोरी टेलिंग. The same storytelling aspect you can also find in some of the Upanishads, not all. Some of the Upanishad you will find, Chandogya Upanishad you will find, okay? Mandukya Upanishad you will find. Some सारे में कट्ठा सही. ईशा केम में ये सब आपको नहीं मिलेगा, but किसी किसी उपनिषद में आपको मिल जाएगा. स्टोरी आपको मिल जाएगा. वही स्टोरी टेलिंग एबिलिटी और स्टोरी टेलिंग फॉर्मेट आपको महाभारत और रामायण में भी मिलेगा. The difference between Puran and Mahabharata इतिहास is Puran talks about, the stories are about a bigger dimension, a bigger system, right from the origin of the universe also. But Mahabharata and Ramayana, the stage is a smaller stage. The stage is a stage where society exists, where people exist, where human exist, where resources exist. So ये stage थोड़ा सा छोटा हो जाता है, narrow हो जाता है. क्योंकि सबको ये जानने की जरूरत नहीं है या फिर इच्छा नहीं होती कि हम ब्रह्मांड में कैसे आए या फिर ब्रह्मांड में नाद कैसे चलता है. मुझे सबको जानने की कोई जरूरत नहीं. मुझे नहीं जानना कि किसकी नाभि से कौन उत्पन्न हुआ. मुझे बताओ कि मेरा सैलरी टाइम पे आ जाए, इसके लिए क्या करूं. So not everybody is interested in that. So hence we required a more socio-economic oriented stories, again based on the lessons of the Vedas, based on the principles of the Vedas. So hence we had this concept of itihasa, something which happens as it is, जैसा होता है ऐसा होता रहेगा. एंड उसके अंदर महाभारत को मैच करने वाला कोई दूसरा किताब है ही नहीं, मतलब है ही नहीं. दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच आई कैन से ऑन टेलीविजन, सब लोग बोलते हैं और कोई इसको चैलेंज नहीं कर सकता. इलियाड, ओडिसी, होमर में जो लिखा उन सबको कंबाइन कर लो, उसको मल्टीप्लाई बाय 2 कर लो, फिर भी वो महाभारत के करीब नहीं पहुंच सकता इन टर्म्स ऑफ इट्स width, scope, coverage, everything put together, length, नहीं पहुंच सकता. That is the work of Mahabharata, a work called. अब महाभारत का एक बहुत ही important part है, वो है भगवत, बहुत ही important. कौन से पर्व में आता है? तो महाभारत को पर्व में डाला गया है. There are different sections called पर्व. उसके अंदर एक पर्व में भगवत गीता, एक इज द भीष्म पर्व. Bhishma Parva is given because Bhishma that time is the leader of the Kauravas. He is heading the Sena and he is the hero of, apart from Bhagavad Gita, he is the hero that time who fought very well at the sea. तो भीष्म पर्व के अंदर ये बात आया जाता है. महाभारत खुद के अंदर एक ऐसा बुक है जिसके अंदर 3 अलग अलग टेक्स्ट्स एटलीस्ट निकल सकते हैं. कम से कम टेक्स्ट जो आज के डे में IKS के लिए तीनों एक सब्जेक्ट बन सकते हैं. भगवत गीता खुद में एक सब्जेक्ट है पूरी की तरह. शांति पर्व खुद में एक सब्जेक्ट है जिसके अंदर भीष्म नीति आती है. और उद्योग पर्व में आपको विदुर नीति मिल जाएगा, जिसके बारे में आप बहुत सुनते होंगे. So anybody who is interested in management, ethics, governance, etc., विदुर नीति in उद्योग पर्व is something that you cannot miss out. again a part of Mahabharata. विदुर नीति पूरा का पूरा खुद में एक syllabus है. Then there is Bhishma Niti, which you find, which is also sometimes called as the Raj Yoga, which is a part of the Shanti Parva of Mahabharata. Okay, जिसको राज ऋषि का कंसेप्ट के थ्रू इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया है. अब बारी आती है भगवत गीता. भगवत गीता इन सब में से सबसे ज्यादा वर्सेटाइल है, बहुत वर्सेटाइल. And we know almost everybody has gone through some parts of Bhagavad Gita, understand Bhagavad Gita in certain ways or the other. So बहुत ज़्यादा versatile. There are different chapters talking about different ways of handling the self, handling people, handling things in life, and more specifically sometimes handling this. Okay, which is the mind. बहुत तरीके से इसको एड्रेस किया. भगवत गीता जब किसने किसको सुनाया? कृष्ण ने. तो कृष्ण, that's a dialogue between, as a story goes, it's a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. So these are the two मुख्य पात्ras involved over there, मुख्य what do you call characters involved over there. जब कृष्ण अर्जुन से कुछ कह रहा था या फिर अर्जुन कृष्ण से जब कुछ कह रहा था, तो ये जो लाइव टेलीकास्ट चल रहा था, ये लाइव कमेंट्री चल रहा था, ये भी कोई दे रहा था. संजय लाइव कमेंट्री दे रहा था. किसको दे रहा था? मतलब कैन वी से साइमल्टेनियसली 4 लोग इस कॉन्वर्सेशन में कम से कम इन्वॉल्व हैं. ये कॉन्वर्सेशन चल रहा है और 4 लोग डायरेक्टली दे आर इन्वॉल्व इन दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन. कैन यू से दिस? ये कॉन्वर्सेशन जब चल रहा है, जब लाइव चल रहा है, एक और व्यक्ति है जो जानता है. नहीं, बर्बरिक नहीं है. बर्बरिक को हटा के बोलता हूँ. पर so for the time being, खाटू श्याम जी बर्बरिक को हम थोड़ा साइड पर रख देते हैं.
हनुमान जी.
अरे हनुमान जी भी हैं, करेक्ट, हनुमान जी भी है. बट इस कैरेक्टर में हम उनको नहीं लेके आएंगे क्योंकि ये पर्सपेक्टिव वो 5वां बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सपेक्टिव. हनुमान जी जो है वो पैसिवली उसको सुन रहे हैं, बट जो सबसे ज्यादा एक्टिवली इस कॉन्वर्सेशन को सुन रहा है, सबसे ज्यादा एक्टिवली, वो व्यक्ति है जिसके पर्सपेक्टिव को हमें समझना बहुत बहुत जरूरी है एज अ टीचर. इट इज वेद व्यास, the person who has actually written this. The moment we understand the perspective of Ved Vyas, we have sorted what the Bhagavad Gita wants to say or what the Mahabharata has to say. Every character will have its own perspective, but as a teacher we have to look into the perspective of the person who has written it. उसके नजरिए से देखोगे तो ही समझ में आएगा कि भाई कहना क्या चाह रहा है. Okay? So we will say this, take this 5 people, and again I am not a scholar of Bhagavad Gita. I am not somebody who memorizes it again and again, reads it again and again. ऐसा नहीं है. बहुत बार सुना है, बहुत अच्छी तरह सुना है, हर चीज को थोड़ा बहुत समझ सकता हूँ मैं, बट मेरा मेन उद्देश्य यही है to bring it that aspect of storytelling as a pedagogical tool, and hence decipher this and see the Bhagavad Gita from the lens of these 5 people. The 5 voices and the 5 roles they play. Okay? तो ये हमारा टॉपिक है. पूरे गीता को कवर करना 2 घंटे में पाप होगा, और मैं अगर उसको अटेम्प्ट भी करता हूँ तो बदल कर सकता. ऐसा मत बोलो, बाकी लोग बदल रियल वन. The first one maybe. Yeah. So who was that? Keep going.
Krishna's best friend.
Krishna's best friend, या फिर one of Krishna's best friend. One of Krishna's best friend. Okay, and all of what we said is what makes Arjun's character so colorful, and maybe a character which is one of the most recognizable one in the history of Indian knowledge system. Arjun, one of the most recognizable for different things. As Sir said, confused one. As Sir said, is because somebody was he was a Soch, he was an ITS, somebody who was a great student, somebody who was a great archer, a great warrior. And if we keep on going and trying to describe Arjuna using different adjectives, the chances are there we will come up with a lot of positive adjectives for him. But during the start of Bhagavad Gita, he was full of negativity. And that is the reason why Sir said he was confused. But still, even in that state of confusion, whether maybe he has lost that ability to fight, lost his warrior skills, lost everything, he had one of the skills still with him, which he used to overcome that. That is being a good student. That skill he kept. Throughout Mahabharata, if you see, one of the skills which made Arjun was his ability to behave like a good student and an ideal student. Right from the time when he first got acquainted with or introduced to Dronacharya, to over the period of time, whether it is Bhishma or everything, he has been considered as an ideal student. Many a times there is this confusion when ma'am said that you are the second best archer. She said second best archer मतलब ये एकलव्य होगा नहीं कर्ण होगा पता नहीं क्या जो भी होगा. But one of the things that differentiated him with respect to Karna in the entire Mahabharata, Karna was equally great. But one thing that Karna lacked with Arjuna had, and that again is a characteristic of a very, very good student, is the ability to surrender completely. Submission or surrender. Karna could not surrender completely, and that was done by Arjuna, and which helped him to gain the kind of skill set, to gain the kind of knowledge, to gain the kind of confidence, gain the kind of support that was required for this work. Okay. So Arjun, वो एक ideal student है. क्या ideal student confused नहीं होता? Stress में होता है? सब कुछ होता है. क्या ideal student में qualities अच्छे नहीं होते? होते हैं. Already existing skills नहीं होते हैं. But ideal student in सारे situations में he is ready to learn. He is ready to seek. He is ready to listen. And he is ready to ask. And Arjun is known as a very good student also because he asked the right questions. And Arjun was not just Arjun. Arjun was representing all of us who have this question. व्यास नहीं हो कि ये वो कैरेक्टर है जिसके थ्रू सारे सवाल पूछे जा सकते हैं, क्योंकि इस कैरेक्टर में सारी खूबियां, सारे स्किल्स हैं, सारी कॉम्पिटेंसीज हैं. ऐसा कैरेक्टर भी अगर कंफ्यूज हो सकता है, ऐसा कैरेक्टर भी अगर if he can have numb feet or numb hands, then हमको कॉमन है, हमें तो फेस करना ही है. So through Arjun, one by one, Vyasa was able to ask some pertaining questions, some valid questions to Krishna. There is a lot of research which has happened on the type of question Arjuna has asked Krishna. Lot of research. If you go onto the internet, you will be able to figure out. They are categorized. These questions are for this question is for this. So it's a very interesting study. You can do it and try if there is something that you can bring it from the pedagogical aspect also. So Arjuna. So the student, the seeker, and the human in crisis. Confused. How is Arjun? Highly skilled. Any doubt in that? Highly skilled. And he has acquired the skill with a lot of work, a lot of training, a lot of dedication. He has acquired that skill. So Arjun was highly skilled. So are many students who come to our campuses. So are many teachers when we join our institutes. So are many of us in the society. So highly skilled, but paralyzed. At that moment, during the start of Gita, he is a bit paralyzed. The paralysis is not a physical paralysis. The paralysis is neither a mental paralysis. The paralysis is an emotional paralysis. Okay? That's the emotional paralysis that he finds himself during the start of Gita. So paralyzed by doubt and moral confusion. Morality की बात की, ethics की बात की, moral confusion. Window. So, doubt and moral confusion. So, even the most skillful one, most confident one, So let's continue without the mic for some time. Class is small enough.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
so the person, the skillful Arjuna is full of doubt and moral confusion. That's the start of it. The point here is, even if we have all the skills, even if we have all the knowledge, everything with us, all the resources with us, यहाँ पे अगर एक इंच का भी डाउट रह गया, एक सेंटीमीटर का भी डाउट हो गया, then the execution part will get affected badly. Okay. So he is representing that confused state. He is representing that doubtful state which we all go through. Do we like that? That state? मैं हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को अपने स्टूडेंट्स को बार-बार बताते रहता हूँ. So with respect to communication, with respect to नीति शास्त्र, मैं एक चीज़ बार-बार बताता हूँ कि and it's kind of my own theory which you can validate either now or later. So it's like this कि mind है ना, mind को एक चीज़ बहुत पसंद है, और एक चीज़ बहुत खराब लगती है mind. You know what the mind loves? Only one thing the mind loves. एक ही चीज़. Appreciation, validation, satisfaction, comfort. वो बॉडी को ज़्यादा चाहिए, माइंड को नहीं चाहिए. Clarity. The mind only needs clarity. We all seek clarity. और कुछ. The mind only needs clarity. What the mind hates? Ambiguity. और कुछ नहीं. इतना सिंपल है. Which job you take? Let's say you are shifting from job A to job B. कौन सा job B आप लेते हो? वहाँ पे जहाँ पे आपको career की clarity मिले. कौन सा course आप करते हो? जहाँ पे career का growth आपको नजर आए. Clarity. It's not about whether it's difficult or not. You should have clarity कि future में क्या होगा. Mind loves clarity. The moment the mind is in the state of ambiguity, it hangs like a computer. It hangs. It consumes a lot of resources. So when we are in a situation where we have to take a very prominent decision, main decision, और हमें clarity नहीं मिल रही, decision A ले, B ले या C ले या D ले, वो कुछ रात जो गुजरता है बहुत बुरा गुजरता है. We don't do anything, we are just lying down, but still the mind is so active, we feel drained after the entire day. How? Why? Because the mind seeks clarity. Unless we have clarity with respect to what we are doing is correct, right, wrong, ये सही है, वो गलत है, we will not be able to take the step. Even if we are able to take the step, we will not be able to take it with full conviction. And if we are not able to take it with full conviction, we will not be able to go ahead. अर्जुन के साथ भी वही हुआ. इतनी तैयारी की, जस्ट कुछ महीने पहले महाभारत के युद्ध, कुरुक्षेत्र के युद्ध से कुछ महीने पहले एक बहुत बड़ा युद्ध हुआ था, विराट युद्ध, and he was able to defeat all of them. वही लोग जो सामने खड़े थे. Same Arjun is now facing numb feet because ये काम नहीं कर रहा, freeze हो गया है, as overwhelmed by the situation, confused. Yet he is sensitive. He is sensitive. He is sensitive towards his family. सामने दुर्योधन है, जिसने इतना trouble किया है. Still he is sensitive towards it. Bhishma, he has lot of sensitivity towards it. Lot of empathy, lot of love towards Bhishma. Dronacharya, Kripacharya, so many people. Very sensitive. Empathetic towards all of them who are present over there. He is saying that at one point of time during the start of Gita, he also says Krishna कि दे दो उनको जो चाहिए, हमको नहीं चाहिए कुछ. We don't want anything. क्या करूँगा ये लैंड लेके, क्या करूँगा ये, इसके लिए झगड़ा हो रहा है, इसके बाद मैं इसको शांति से भोग नहीं पाऊँगा. If I keep remembering what has happened during the war, and if I win the war and gain all the land, I will not be able to enjoy the piece of land also later on. So I don't think it will be a wise idea for me to go ahead and fight. So very, very empathetic, yet overwhelmed by attachment. Now is the sense of attachment. Lot of attachment. मेरे चाचा, मेरे काका, मेरा भैया, मेरे गुरु, मेरा दोस्त, मेरा creates attachment, है ना? The problem is always this, right? Me and mine creates issue. there was so this me and mine में ज़्यादा इशू कौन क्रिएट करता है, me और mine? Me actually is a very good start point to reach the highest order of clarity. If you focus on me, you actually focus on me. What is me? Who am I? उस पे एक बहुत सारे clarity मिल सकता है. It is a mind which creates the issue. मैं तो कभी प्रॉब्लम था ही नहीं, मेरा बड़ा प्रॉब्लम मेरा होता है, प्रॉब्लम मैं नहीं मानता. That creates the issue. So here the attachment is all about mind, including my body, my position, my designations, my relatives, my house. मी तो आंसर है सबका. अगर ध्यान दे दो तो मी से तो बहुत सारी चीजें खुल जाएंगी अगर ध्यान दो. So these attachments are all coming from mind. He is courageous enough, but this we should appreciate. He is courageous. ऐसे स्थिति में सवाल पूछने का करेज सबको नहीं होता. ऐसे स्थिति में मान लेना कि मैं ये नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ सबके बस की बात नहीं. But Arjun was courageous enough to accept that. Sorry, I am not able to do it. Sorry, I am not. Of course, in front of him, right? In front of him, the presence of Krishna helped to him for him to say that मैं ये नहीं कर सकता. But फिर courageous enough to admit weakness in front of his mentor and say that sorry, it won't happen. And this is the first chapter of where he says नहीं हो पाएगा, नहीं हो पाएगा कि कुछ भी मतलब नहीं कर पाऊंगा. Then Krishna starts telling him, okay, धीरे धीरे. कृष्णा कैसे स्टार्ट करता है? स्टेप बाय स्टेप, स्टेप बाय स्टेप, स्टेप बाय स्टेप. नहीं. If you look at the Gita, Krishna first starts rightly from the top. सीधा सांख्य योग. वो देखो सीधी सी बात है. ना तुम्हारा शरीर है या तुम्हारे रिश्तेदार है. सब आत्मा है, सब एनर्जी है, सब ऐसा है. बोलो अपनी आइडेंटिटी फाइट करो. He starts directly from the ultimate answer. सीधा सीधा आंसर दिया. But then Arjun was not in a position to understand that answer. He said, okay, let me simplify it for you. And then he goes on the step of simplification. Karma yoga, karma sannyas yoga, dhire, simplify. And when this simplification starts, then Arjun gets involved in that dialogue. And he keeps asking questions. अच्छा, ऐसा होता है? योग क्या होता है? अच्छा, यज्ञ क्या होता है? ठीक है, लोग ऐसे व्यवहार क्यों करते हैं? स्थितप्रज्ञ क्या होता है? So he keeps asking. Now he is involved. He's learning it. And once Arjuna is completely involved in it, Krishna then again takes him to the next level. अब वो simplification से ऊपर की तरफ जाता है, फिर से ऊपर जाता है और फिर उसको highest form of knowledge तक लेके जाता है, मोक्ष तक समझा देता है कि क्या. Initially starts at the high level, and then चलो अगर पहले ही समझ गया तो फिर टाइम बच जाएगा अपना. 18 चैप्टर्स की जरूरत नहीं है. But then नहीं समझता, he takes time. Then simplify. A sign of a very good teacher. He'll come to it. He simplifies. And once he understands now the student is picking up, let me take him to the next level. Next level तो ऐसा level जहाँ पे उसने actually उसको विश्व रूप दिखा दिया. ये देखो. अब इसके बाद तुम्हें क्या जानना है? तुम अपने आप को कहाँ ढूंढ पाओगे इसके? So forget about there something exists of mind. Go ahead. Everything is me. So represents the eternal jigyasu, seeker of the truth. We keep saying that Indian civilization is meant for people who are seekers, okay, who are not believers, but rather seekers, जो सच की तलाश में रहते हैं, सत्य को जानने की कोशिश करते हैं. जो बोल दिया उसी को सच मान लिया जरूरी नहीं, उसके परे देखने की कोशिश करते हैं, unless they are clear with it, and hence maybe that is the reason we are able to go to a deeper level of understanding with respect to metaphysics and everything, right? Only because we seek, and Arjun epitomizes that seeker in all of us. So represent that eternal jigyasu, full of curiosity. अच्छा इसके बाद क्या होता है, फिर क्या होता है, आदमी मरने के बाद क्या होता है, पूछता है उसको. तो यही नहीं पूछता. कठोपनिषद में नचिकेत 12-13 साल का बच्चा पूछता है यम को, बताओ मरने के बाद क्या होता है. 12-13 साल का बच्चा खुद यम से पूछ रहा है, बताओ मरने के बाद क्या होता है. यम बोलता है अरे सॉरी ये क्वेश्चन डायरेक्टली पूछ रहे हो, ये हटाओ, कुछ और मांग लो. एप्पल चाहिए? नहीं. पेड़े चाहिए? नहीं. और कुछ चाहिए? बहुत सारे खिलौने चाहिए नहीं, बहुत सारे पैसे चाहिए नहीं, बहुत सारी स्त्री चाहिए नहीं, बहुत सारा राज्य चाहिए नहीं, क्या चाहिए इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर? सीकर, जिज्ञासु। सेम विद अर्जुन, नहीं भोगना मुझे राजपाट, बताओ इसका आंसर क्या है? My mind is stuck at this. I want to know the answer for this. बाकी मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए. Student, what Arjun is. So represents the eternal jigyasu, seeker of the truth. Learns through dialogue. वो आदमी है अर्जुन जो स्क्रिप्चर्स बाद में पढ़ता है, पहले गुरु के चरण में बैठता है और उसकी भाषा सुनता है, बोल. And hence you will see many of us love that way of being taught and teaching rather than book खोल के पढ़ना. या फिर किसी और किताब को ही सब कुछ मान लेना, नहीं, गुरु भी नहीं. Dialogue. Why? Because you need another person through whom you can bounce back the question, through whom you can validate the answer, through whom you can see the world in a clear view. वो dialogue होता है. The best of the best books of Indian scriptures are in the form of dialogues. उसको सीधा बुलेट पॉइंट्स में लिख सकते थे, स्टेटमेंट नहीं, डायलॉग चाहिए, क्योंकि सामने वाला में तो बात करेगा. नहीं, वो नचिकेता यम वाला हो, वो श्वेत केतु उद्दालक वाला हो, या फिर कृष्णा अर्जुन वाला हो, हर दिन के अंदर आपको एक डायलॉग मिलता है. Because you need another person. क्योंकि हम जब कुछ पढ़ते हैं तो हमारे मन में भी सवाल उठता है. अच्छे टीचर वो हैं जो इस सवाल को पहले ही जान लेते हैं कि ये सवाल कभी आएगा. और अगर ये सवाल कभी आएगा तो let me have another person in the story who is going to ask this question. And he will ask this question. So I have the answer for it. So learns through dialogue, not only through passive listening. The characteristic for Arjun. Is Arjun, the character of Arjun, something which existed only in our past, or is Arjun a character which exists almost in all of us and we can see in the society even today? Every time, right? So who are the best examples of somebody who can represent Arjun in today's world? Let's say in modern world what happens? Students. If there is one characteristic of Arjun that we should take, that is of being a good student. That's it. Archer, wheelchair हमको नहीं चाहिए. किसी बड़े हिरन को नहीं मारना है हमको. आज के डेट में कोई अटैक नहीं कर रहा है हमको. But the one thing that we want right now is the student in Arjun. So what we can have? Facing pressure, the pressure of career, choices, identity crisis. ये student हमारे पास बार-बार आते हैं. जो स्कूल आवर्स में, कॉलेज आवर्स में नहीं आ पाते, उसके बाद आते हैं, बात फोन करते, बोलते मैम ये हो गया, सर ये हो गया, ऐसा हो गया. All of them have that element of Arjun present in them. All of them. They are not lacking skills. They are not somebody who are not be able to solve the problem. The only thing that they have right now in their life is that doubt. क्या हो? What will happen? What is right? What is wrong? Will I be able to do that? Is this the right path for me? That doubt. And because there are so many such doubt in the mind of the student which does not get answered in the classroom, they seek those answers outside. And hence there are people who answer it wrongly, take use of it, make use of it in different ways. And that doubt does come in our student. वो आता है. कुछ doubt subject related होता है, कुछ doubt थोड़ा और बड़ा होता है. कभी-कभी वो doubt ऐसे होते हैं कि हम भी confused हो जाते हैं कि क्या बताएं इसको. या फिर शायद वो स्टूडेंट कुछ डाउट वही पूछता है जो हमारे मन में हमारे लाइफ को लेके चल रहा है. That's again. So facing pressure of career choices, identity crisis. Identity crisis तो है. बेचारों को हमने आजकल लेबल कर दिया, जेंजी कर दिया. या फिर मिलेनियल करके क्या कर रहे हो लोग? They're facing identity crisis, big identity crisis. MBA कॉलेज में जाके ये पढ़ाया जा रहा है, ऐसे बताया जा रहा है, घर में कुछ और ही चल रहा है. Isn't it? बोला कुछ और जा रहा है, किया कुछ और जा रहा है. पढ़ के हम ये आए थे, एक्चुअली कॉर्पोरेट में काम कर रहे थे तो हम सोच रहे थे ये बुक्स के साथ मैच नहीं हो रहा है, बुक में तो कुछ और पढ़ा था. So many things, so many confusion, so many doubts. So identity crisis with respect to who I am or what I am supposed to do, my role over here. करना क्या है मुझे? Wait, what I'm in this world of AI, what I'm supposed to do, सब तो वो कर रहा है. Young professional torn between values and organization demand. You know why? One of the reasons why this IKS was introduced, and specifically in the management stream, is that like this. हम ऐसा देखा गया था कि हम dual जिंदगी जी रहे थे. एक जिंदगी ऑफिस वाला, एक जिंदगी घर वाला. ऑफिस के कल्चर, नियम, कानून, फेवर्स जो नहीं है वो सबका रूल अलग था, और घर के नियम, कानून, रूल्स वगैरह सबका अलग था. एंड समटाइम्स इट वाज even contradicting to each other, completely contradicting to each other. So why? Because this value system in the corporate world, the value system was not coming from an Indian context. This value system was major, especially with respect to MNCs and all, this was derived from a foreign concept. Whereas here, the value system was coming from a different system, the societal concept जो अर्थशास्त्र से आ रहा है. The good part is हमको दोनों देखने मिला. The good part is दोनों को evaluate करने मिला. But the bad part is sometimes we were not sure. हम नहीं चाहते थे कि कभी-कभी हमारे घर वाले हमारे ऑफिस पार्टी में आए या फिर हमारे ऑफिस वाले हमारे घर में. I'm talking about spaces like Delhi, Mumbai, where the two lives were very separate, very different, very distinct. Common individuals, anyone at crossroad of life decision is basically representing Arjuna. And one of the best shloka associated with Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, which summarizes his state of mind of full of doubt and everything, is this one. My limbs fail, my mouth is parched, my body trembles, and my hair stands on end. Bhagavad Gita 1.29 ये बता रहा है स्टेट ऑफ अर्जुन. और इसी के बाद वो अपना धनुष त्याग देता है. बोलता है बस मैं क्विट कर रहा हूँ. ये सुनते ही सिर्फ एक ही आदमी खुश हुआ था, वो है धृतराष्ट्र, बाकी कोई नहीं. क्विट कर रहे हो मतलब मैच शुरू भी नहीं हुआ. And now you are quitting. This is what happens when you are in state of lack of power. No. Conflict, doubt. पावर नहीं. वो अर्जुन वही बंदा था जो अभी 2 घंटे बाद फिर लड़ने वाला है. जब पूरा डिस्कोर्स खत्म होगा फिर उठ के लड़ने वाला है. कुछ उसने नया पानी नहीं पिया, कुछ खाना नहीं खाया, कुछ ब्रेक नहीं लिया, कुछ कोर्स करने नहीं गया. बस ये जो शंका थी वो क्लियर. That doubt can create issues. So my limbs fail, my mouth is parched, my body trembles, and my hair stands on end. State of Arjuna. Now let's move to the next character, the next voice. The voice who not just answers these questions or these doubts, but the voice which brings a lot of soothingness to the person who is going to ask this question, and the person who accepts this question with all his ears. ऐसा नहीं कि बड़े ही हमेशा वो strict नहीं था. During the Gita you can see the tone of Krishna changing from at various levels, right? कभी बहुत प्यार है, कभी इस हद तक जाता है कि अर्जुन को नपुंसक बुलाता है. कहते तुम नपुंसक की तरह बात कर रहे हो. नपुंसक is a very strong word for somebody from a Kshatriya like Arjun. ऐसी बात तुम कैसे कर सकते हो? You cannot talk like this. What do you think you are? Who do you think you are? So let's say how Krishna operates. Where is he coming from? The mentor, the teacher, the coach. We all play this role. Being teachers, we play this role. All three of them sometimes put together in different time of the day. We play different roles, different spaces. We play different roles. Let's see what are these characters. Calm, composed, yet firm. आराम से सुनता है, आराम से पहले सुन के लेता है, पूरा सुनता है. फर्स्ट चैप्टर rarely Krishna speaks. So he listens, बोल ले. Let me just hear it out what you have. Very calm he listens, and he understands where is the seed of this doubt, and still maintains his composure. Maintaining his composure well enough to start directly with Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga से start करना सबके बस की बात नहीं है. मतलब जनरली क्योंकि अर्जुन को कृष्णा जानता था, कृष्णा अर्जुन को जानता था, सीधा सीधा ही स्टार्ट से सांख्य योग. So like, let me just go to the straight point. ऐसा ऐसा है. This is the point. So he was very calm, very composed, and yet firm. Ki, I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to lose you. should give credit to Arjun for having that vision, or even his brother Yudhishthir for having that vision, for telling Arjun that make sure that Krishna is on our side and he is your charioteer. Rath wo chalaya, Sarthi wo. Right? And literally, figuratively, both speaking, he was able to carry him over the wall. So very calm, composed, yet firm. Uses multiple pedagogical tools. One of my best part with respect to Krishna's dialogue. Again, somebody who understands, who loves teaching, somebody who understands the psyche of students. I think Krishna ने जो pedagogical tools का इस्तेमाल किया है ना, amazing. जिस तरीके से बताने की कोशिश की. For example, dialogue. Krishna ये नहीं बोलता कि let's imagine if Krishna was like this. अच्छा, wait. You have this problem. Sit and listen to what I am saying. और कृष्णा पीछे जाता है और 1.5 घंटे का लेक्चर देता है और उसके बाद आता है समझा. Krishna is someone who says that okay, your question is this is the answer, what next? So again it's a conversation. He is asking him, he is allowing him to ask the questions where he wants to head, in the way he wants to head. He is just answering it. He knows this is the way ahead. पूरा लेक्चर गीता ऐसा नहीं है कि अर्जुन बैठ गया और पूरा नेक्स्ट 17 चैप्टर से कृष्णा बोल रहा है. नहीं, अर्जुन पूछ रहा है, अर्जुन रोक रहा है उसको, बोलता है वेट. आप एक जगह पे कर्म योग बोल रहे हो, दूसरे जगह पे कर्म संन्यास बोल रहे हो. ये बात क्या है? मतलब हाउ इट वर्क्स, हाउ कैन यू टॉक बोथ ऑफ देम इन द सेम ब्रेथ? दोनों कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी आइडिया है. आप कैसे दोनों को प्रचार कर सकते हो, ये बोल सकते हो? कृष्णा बोलता है नो, दे आर नॉट कॉन्ट्राडिक्टरी. कर्म योग जो है, कर्म संन्यास भी वही है. बस कर्म योग के अंदर जो आप कर्म के फल की जो इच्छा है उसको त्याग दो, आप कर्म संन्यास के रूप में पहुंच जाओ. यही तो कहना है उसको, वही समझा रहा है. राइट? So he uses dialogue. I keep telling my students also in business communication that कभी स्पीच देने मत जाओ. स्पीच देना ना, स्पीच पब्लिक स्पीकिंग एंड एवरीथिंग जो वो कहते हैं, स्पीच इज अ अननेचुरल कम्युनिकेशन टूल. What is a natural instinctive communication tool that we have? We carry conversation. Conversation is natural. Speech, debate, unnatural. So अगर आप ऑडियंस के साथ कॉन्वर्सेशन करने जा रहे हो तो आपको अलग से तैयारी करने की जरूरत नहीं. अगर इंटरव्यू में आप कॉन्वर्सेशन करने जा रहे हो, तैयारी करने की जरूरत नहीं. हाँ, बट अगर ऐसे सोच के जा रहे हो मुझे भाषण देना है तो तैयारी, क्योंकि वो अननेचुरल है. मैं अगर आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, ठीक है, ऐसे ही बात करो जैसे यार किसी और मेरे दोस्त से बात करें, then it is natural. So it is dialogue. Our lectures should be in the form of dialogue, should be in the form of conversation. You are talking to the audience. You are not somebody at a higher pedestal who is giving lectures or pravachan दे रहा. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. बात कर रहे हो, dialogue, and nothing can beat dialogue as a form of conversation or a form of communication. Nothing. That's the best way we can teach. तो जहाँ डायलॉग फेल हो रहे हैं, कृष्णा कह रहा है रुको, I will give you some parallel systems where it operates. Metaphors. Okay, metaphors. बोला अच्छा, forget about all these things. आत्मा को समझो और आगे जाओ. क्या है आत्मा? आत्मा वैसे ही है जैसे वस्त्र वो हम पहनते हैं और खराब होने के बाद उसको निकाल के छोड़ देते हैं. वस्त्र इज अगेन अ मेटाफोरिकल फिगरेटिव वे ऑफ सेइंग. वैसे ही आत्मा भी शरीर को अपना वस्त्र मान के पहनती है और जब वस्त्र खराब हो जाते हैं तो वस्त्र को छोड़ के वो कहीं और चले जाती है. मेटाफर. अदरवाइज आत्मा को समझाना बहुत मुश्किल है. बिना मेटाफर के शायद समझ जाओ बट समझा नहीं पाओ. It's very difficult. So he uses a lot of metaphor. You should have control over your senses so that you don't get carried away by the senses. कंट्रोल कैसे करूं? वैसे ही जैसे कछुआ अपने हाथ पैर अंदर लेके बैठता है, अपने शेल को अपना कवच बनाकर सुरक्षित रहता है, वैसे ही you can bring your senses under your control and remain calm in adversity. कछुआ becomes a symbol. कछुआ becomes a metaphor. So he gives a lot of metaphor. He also says, इंद्रियां जो होती हैं वो नदियों की तरह होती हैं, जो बहती रहती है. उनको लगता है they are in flow, they want to continue over there. But जो मुनि होता है जो योगी होता है वो उस सागर की तरह होता है जो इन सारे इंद्रियों को अपने वश में कर लेता है, खुद शांत रहता है. मेटाफर used to explain, visualize, make him understand what is his point. And remember, few of our favorite teachers in our life have been teachers who are very good with metaphors. Because metaphor है क्या? Metaphor एक complicated subject को एक simplified visualization से समझा पाता है. And Krishna was very good. It was very good. It's full of metaphors. लॉजिक, तर्क. कैसे कह सकते हो कि ये जो सामने जो खड़ा है वो पितामह, ये सिर्फ एक आत्मा है, ये शरीर तो मेरा रिश्तेदार है ना. आत्मा छोड़ो, जो है नहीं मेरे को नहीं पता, बट ये दिख रहा है वो तो मेरा रिश्तेदार है, ये शरीर तो है ना. अच्छा ठीक है, चलो. कृष्ण से if this is the logic that you are using, if this is the argument, let me put it like this. ये शरीर है, शरीर जीवन लेता है, शरीर का जन्म होता है. यस, जो जन्म लेता है वो मरेगा. हाँ, तो मरेगा, कल मरेगा या आज मरेगा, क्या प्रॉब्लम है? दिस इज अ लॉजिक, लेट हिम डाई. लेट हिम डाई फॉर अ कॉज. नाउ इफ यू वांट टू हैव लॉजिक, रैशनल एंड डिबेट, लेट्स लॉजिकली डिबेट एंड हैव अ रैशनल डिस्कशन. So use this logic. It's not that only a lot of theory and philosophy, but proper logic के साथ, proper rational के साथ. You decide the game, I will play with you. Okay, so if it is logic, I will play the logical game. And he had the answer. Vision. He had the vision. He was telling Arjun that, listen, the reason why you are suffering right now is because you have taken this too personally. You consider this as your personal battle. You consider this as your personal war, personal revenge. And hence you said, अच्छा मैं revenge नहीं लूँगा तो मैं महान हो जाऊँगा. नहीं. Over here it's not about you as a person. Look at the society. What an example you are going to set for the society. If you don't do this, people who look up to you as a role model, what do you think they will consider you later? क्या वो लोग लड़ेंगे सच के? अगर आप नहीं लड़ पाए, क्या वो धर्म के लिए लड़ेंगे? नहीं लड़ेंगे. You should stand and become an example that when it came to the matter of right and wrong, you were ready to fight even your own relatives. That will set the right example for the future king, for the future subject. That is the kind of vision you are going to put. It is not about this war. It is not a war of you. It's not a war of your family. It's not a war of this yuga. This is a war which will set an example for many people to follow. And that's the vision he had. Balances empathy with authority. है ना, जैसे हमने कहा, बीच बीच में बहुत ही प्यार से, बहुत ही अच्छे भाव से उसको बता रहा था. We should see, listen to the words he uses to address Arjun. Somewhere he comes with a very इमोशनली बात जिस तरीके से उसको बुलाता है. कभी कभी उसको गुड़ाकेश कह के बुलाता है, कभी कभी उसको ना धनंजय कह के बुलाता है. So there are different ways and all of the names signify the kind of emotion he has for Arjun at that point. So balances empathy with authority. पूरे empathy के साथ. It's not sympathy. It's not sympathizing. It's not कि अर्जुन बोल रहा है कि मुझे ठीक नहीं लग रहा है और क्या करूँ, फाइट नहीं करता. तो कृष्ण वहां जाके उसके बगल में से हाथ डाल के नहीं बता मुझे भी ऐसा ठीक नहीं करता. ऐसा नहीं. That is sympathy. मुझे पहले से लग रहा है, फिर थोड़ा टाइम ले, आराम से रेस्ट कर. ऐसा नहीं. It is empathy. He is understanding. There is a difference between empathy and sympathy, right? So he is empathizing with his state of mind, but not getting carried away by himself. He is maintaining his composure. हम टीचर भी कभी लोग कहते हैं ज्यादा सिंपैथेटिक हो जाते हैं अपने स्टूडेंट की तरह. हम वो जितने दुखी हैं हम उससे डबल दुखी हो जाते हैं, राइट? He maintains his composure. मैं अपने जगह पे स्टेबल हूँ. अगर क्योंकि मैं भी अगर आपके साथ हिल गया तो दोनों हिल जाएंगे. आपको बाहर निकालना है, मुझे घुसना नहीं है उसके अंदर, राइट? So I will have to maintain my stability, but I empathize. I understand your state. I do understand there are challenges like this which we face. There are doubts like this which we face. Very genuine as a human body and in the form of the life in the form of a human. Very genuine. होता है. So, but he maintains his authority. Like, मैं बोल रहा हूँ इसमें बिल्कुल नहीं. ऐसे जब तुम सोच रहे हो गलत सोच रहे हो. पूरी तरह गलत हो मतलब गलत हो, ये सोचना ही तुम्हारा गलत है। मुझे वो कहता है तुम्हें लास्ट नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है emphasizes self awareness, autonomy. So one of the most beautiful aspect of Bhagavad Gita is कृष्ण अर्जुन को डायरेक्ट नहीं करता कि तुम ये करो, कृष्ण अर्जुन को बताता है कि ऐसा है, तुम डिसाइड करो क्या। बट ऐसा है, तुम अगर लड़ोगे तो ये होगा, नहीं लड़ोगे तो ये, डिसीजन तुम्हारा होगा। तुम्हारे कर्म तुम मुझे नहीं दे सकते, तुम्हारे कर्म तुम्हें अर्जित करने हैं, उसको भोगना भी तुमको ही है, मैं नहीं भोगने वाला। वो क्या द्रौपदी वस्त्रण में मुझे गुस्सा नहीं आना चाहिए, वो तुम्हारा केस है, मुझे मत गुस्सा आना चाहिए, कितना आना चाहिए, नहीं आना चाहिए, वो तुम्हारा मैटर है। आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू कि द्रौपदी इज नॉट जस्ट another female who is your wife. Draupadi represents the woman of the society. Draupadi represents the queen of this kingdom. If something like this can happen to the queen, how the other females will feel secure? ये मैं आपको कहना चाहता हूँ. Now you decide. It's your decision. What you have done or what you are doing is right or wrong. ये decision आपका है. If you still feel that Draupadi is your wife and wife alone, think again. And then decide, is Draupadi representing the wife of Arjun or something bigger, something more substantial, something more wider? Yeah, आपको decide. So emphasizes self-awareness. पहले अपने आप को जानो. तो सबसे पहले तो उसी से शुरू करना, पहले तो तुम कौन हो? जैसे हमने पूछा था अर्जुन कौन है, तो अर्जुन कहता है मैं अर्जुन हूँ। अर्जुन है कौन? बोलता है मैं द्रोण शिष्य अर्जुन हूँ। अच्छा, बस मैं कुंती पुत्र अर्जुन हूँ, बस मैं पांडु पुत्र अर्जुन हूँ, बस मैं क्षत्रिय हूँ, बस। तो अगर तुम इन सब में अगर देखोगे जो भी आपकी आइडेंटिटी है, तो इतनी सारी लिस्ट ऑफ आइडेंटिटी आपने बताई, इन सब आइडेंटिटी में कॉमन क्या है? व्हाट इज कॉमन इन ऑल ऑफ द कॉमन इन ऑल ऑफ देम, द कॉमनैलिटी इन ऑल ऑफ देम इज दैट यू आर सपोज्ड टू परफॉर्म सर्टेन धर्म, दैट ऑफ respecting the law or making sure that the right law and order exist in this society. ये तुम्हारा धर्म है, तो उसके लिए अगर तुम्हें युद्ध करना है करो, और अगर नहीं कर रहे हो तो मत बोलो अपने आप को कुंती पुत्र, मत बोलो अपने आप को द्रोणाचार्य का शिष्य, मत बोलो अपने आप को क्षत्रिय, बोलो, because all this definition, all these rules comes with certain responsibilities, and right now you are shying away from the responsibilities that you should not do. So self-awareness is created. Then autonomy is given. An action rooted in wisdom. Proper wisdom. बुद्धि. पूरा ज़्यादा ज्ञान नहीं, बुद्धि है. Proper बुद्धि का उपयोग. वो पूरा सीक्वेंस जो कहता है ना कि तुम्हारा जो why this all things are happening is because you have started getting attached to things which are impermanent. जड़ पदार्थ जिसको हम बोलते हैं impermanent. You are getting attached to people, not permanent. राज्य नॉट परमानेंट. सो इम्परमानेंस के अटैच करोगे तो बुद्धि आपकी बुद्धि नष्ट हो जाएगी, बुद्धि नष्ट होगी तो कीर्ति नष्ट हो जाएगी. सो दैट इज द वे की ये सारा बुद्धि का खेल. बुद्धि का नाश नहीं होना चाहिए. बुद्धि का नाश कब होता है? जब इंद्रिय ओवरटेक कर लेते हैं द कैपेसिटी ऑफ द माइंड टू थिंक रैशनली. सो हेंस दैट शुड नॉट हैपन. Embodies leadership that empowers, not controls. In throughout he is just empowering, he control नहीं कर रहा. खुद लड़ा के he made sure that I will not fight. So I'll empower. I empower you through words, through my guidance, through my mentorship. मैं आपको कोई दे दूंगा नहीं कि हाँ अच्छा एक काम करो 10 दिन के लिए क्वेश्चन सेलेक्ट कर लो आपको काम आएगा, ऐसा नहीं है. मैंने तुम तपस्या करो, तुम क्या बोलते तप करो और जो विद्या धर्म विद्या चाहिए जो शस्त्र चाहिए वो तुम लाओ, अपने लिए अर्जित करो. मैं कुछ देने वाला नहीं हूँ, तुमको गाइड करो. My blessings are with you, but I will guide. You have to do it. So, embodies leadership that empowers, not controls. For control. Let's see what we can have, or which are the characters we can have in today's world, which should ideally behave like the character of Krishna. Of course, teachers and coaches. Too big a standard, too high a standard to achieve. But then वो standard ही क्या जो छोटा होता है ना, उसको रहने दो हाई. So, Krishna, if Arjun represents the ideal student, Krishna represents the ideal mentor, the ideal guru. जो सिर्फ क्लासेस के बाद ये नहीं कहता कि हो या अगले लेक्चर में आना, जो उसके बाद के क्वेश्चन भी लेता है, सुनता है, समझाता है और एंड में बोलता है समझ गए, एक्शन करो खुद से। मैं मेरे पास रेडीमेड आंसर भी नहीं होता, मैं सॉल्व करके नहीं दूंगा, मैं तरीका बताऊंगा कैसे सॉल्व करो, खुद से सॉल्व। So, teachers, professors, facilitators of self-discovery, we miss this in our education today. We miss this bonding, we miss this relationship between the student and the teacher. One reason, from this side of the table, we keep saying Arjun जैसे शिष्य नहीं रहे. From that side of the table, they keep saying Krishna जैसे teacher नहीं. The problem is we both are getting affected, and it's impacting the whole society at large. So, facilitators of self-discovery in students, mentors and coaches guiding mentees in career and life. I'm sure that you must be having few of your Arjunas who keep approaching, बहुत बड़े क्वेश्चन में पहुंच गए, फिर भी आज के डेट में भी आपको फोन करते हैं, पूछते हैं सर मैम ऐसा हो गया ऐसा हो गया। या हमारे लाइफ में हम भी किसी के मेंटी हैं जो हमारे सीनियर्स को आज भी हम फोन करते हैं सिचुएशंस लाइक दिस एंड वी आस्क देम, बस दो बात सुन लेते हैं, हमको अच्छा लगता है, वो अपनी लाइफ में बिजी है, हम अपनी लाइफ में बिजी हैं, बट स्टिल व्हेनेवर वी गेट अ टाइम वी कॉल देम एंड से दैट सर मैम ऐसा है, या फिर मे बी सम रिलेटिव्स, सम सीनियर्स इन आवर ओन फैमिली जिनकी बात सुन के ही हमको आंसर्स मिल जाते हैं, फिर एक कामनेस आता है, वो जो डाउट शंकाएं हैं चली जाती है। सो लाइक दिस इज लाइक टीचर्स एंड देन लीडर्स इन कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड, वी नीड दिस। One of the best things that can happen to us once we have entered in our professional life is to find a mentor. Initial सब बोलते हैं, initial few years if you can find a good mentor who can guide you, I think most of the problems solved. और हमारे सबके लाइफ में आता है। All the people who have become very successful, they will always credit people who have guided them in the initial years and formed their career or formed their personality, which will be able to handle the longer race. So leaders here, CEOs or managers who inspire, not command. We at the highest level, at the top, we don't want people to go and micromanage and say that अच्छा ये ऐसा करो ये वैसा करो. They want to make sure that the vision is clear. सामने ये हमको ये करना है, and they create an atmosphere. They create an ecosystem. तो जैसे हम गार्डनर का एग्जांपल बात लेते हैं, गार्डनर किसी बीज के अंदर घुस के जाके उसको फोर्स नहीं कर सकता कि ग्रो कर दो, वो सिर्फ वो मल्टी बना सकता है. They only create that environment where the seeds will germinate, the seeds will take root and they will grow. So same is the job of Krishna, of the today's leaders. And think the almost similar to what Swami Vivekananda ji said after many years. This is what he has to say to Arjuna. Therefore, arise, O Arjuna, resolve to fight, casting of weakness of heart, stand up, O scorcher of foes. महाबाहु is the way he addresses it over here. इस सूत्र में आप एक बहुत ताकतवर इंसान हो, शंकाओं को, संशय को दूर रखो, get up and face the challenges which are lying outside, which you are not able to face because of the doubt over here. इसको साइड में हटाओ, क्लैरिटी लाओ और करो उसमें। एक पॉइंट ये भी आता है जब वो बोलता है कि जब सब कुछ थक जाता है ना, बोलते बोलते रनिंग सेज दैट मैं फिर से नहीं हो रहा, कृष्णा सेज अच्छा एक काम, व्हाट आर यू वरीड अबाउट, लोग क्या बोलेंगे, क्या होगा क्या नहीं, एक काम करो, तुम्हारे सारे कर्म मुझे त्याग दो, ऐसा सोचो कि तुम मेरे लिए करो, बाकी बट करो, do that, and that is a kind of a relief, that is a kind of there is a story, anybody from Maharashtra here? There is a story of Samarth Ramdas and Shivaji Maharaj, which goes like this. एक बार शिवाजी महाराज जाते हैं, he was just established Swaraj and he was trying to consolidate it. He goes to Samarth Ramdas and says, ये हो नहीं रहा है, बहुत टेंशन का काम है, कौन ये संभाले, ये करे वो करे, ये सब इतना सब झंझट है, ऐसा है, उससे हो नहीं पा रहा, मैं रिजाइन करना चाहता। तो रामदास ने लिसन, अच्छा फिर किसको दे दो, किसको सौंप के जा रहे हो, तो पता नहीं किसको सौंपू, मुझसे हैंडल नहीं होता, तो एक काम कर मुझे दे दे, अच्छा आप संभालोगे, दे दे, तो अच्छा ठीक है, तो आज से मेरा राज्य सारा आपका हो, ठीक। अब बताओ मेरे लिए काम करेगा? हाँ, मैं आपके लिए काम करूंगा, ठीक है, तो मेरे नाम से पूरा राज्य संभाल। और यही सोच के संभालना कि तू मेरे नाम से संभाल रहा, अपना समझ के बोल, अपना मेरा समझ के करेगा तो लटक जाएगा, तो स्ट्रेस आएगा। ये समझ कि किसी और के लिए, शांति के लिए कर रहा है, अब मेरा कार्य समझ के निस्वार्थ भाव से करेगा। Then Shivaji understood what he was saying, and he did exactly the same. So, therefore, arise, O Arjuna, resolve to fight, casting off weakness of heart, and stand up to Arjuna. Two main characters of Bhagavad Gita we have covered. Let's go a step ahead. And वो दो ऑडियंस में बैठे हुए लोगों को देखते हैं, बात करते हैं, जो दूर चुपचाप टेलीविजन पे देख रहे थे कि चल क्या रहा है। एक जो कमेंट्री दे रहा था, एक जो कमेंट्री सुन रहा था। जो कमेंट्री दे रहा था बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टर है, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टर। लेट्स ट्राई टू फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड दैट कैरेक्टर एंड देन सी व्हाट डज दैट कैरेक्टर रिप्रेजेंट्स इन टुडेज। संजय, मान लो ये फोटो संजय का ही, he looks too handsome to be Sanjay. Okay, Sanjay, who was Sanjay actually? Who was? That is Vidur. That is Vidur. What you are talking about is Vidur. Dasiputra is Vidur. He was not related. Yeah, yes. He was Sarathi. He was the charioteer and Sarathi of Dhritarashtra. इससे पहले जो सारथी थे उनका नाम था कर्ण के जो फॉस्टर फादर है वो राधे मदर्स नेम Adhirath. So Adhirath, when Adhirath resigned, then that time Adhirath wanted to focus on Karna's education and everything. Then somebody suggested, and on the recommendation, I think Vyas was also involved over there. He like Sanjay ko rakho. Okay? And Vyas commented over there, Sanjay, take care of Dhritarashtra. You are going to do something which very rarely people get an opportunity to do. तुम वो करने वाले. And Sanjay, before the war began, Dhritarashtra was given the option कि क्या तुम देखना चाहोगे? And Dhritarashtra said, नहीं देखा जाएगा. Somewhere he knew कि नहीं देखा जाएगा. And since birth वो अंधा है. पहली बार आंखें खोल रही है ये सब देखने की, तो बेटर है कि मैं ऐसे ही रहूं. So लगी, I will not let him see. I will just hear. So what is the job of Sanjay? To narrate the war or whatever is happening on the battlefield to Dhritarashtra as it is. The most important part, as it is. अपने biases, अपने emotions, अपने pros, cons और validations बीच में नहीं लाए. Not easy. Not easy to give commentary without bringing your emotions into the picture. You have seen cricket matches? Yes. They are supposed to be neutral. But वो लोग नाच कूद लेते हैं जब अपना टीम जीत रहा है या फिर करते हैं. They are not supposed to do that. They are commentators. Right. So Sanjay was playing a very critical role. Sanjay was very wise. किसी किंग का, ऐसा कौटिल्य भी कहता है अर्थशास्त्र में, किंग का जो सारथी है वो ऑलमोस्ट एक अमात्य के गुण के बराबर होना चाहिए. अमात्य is somebody who is close to the minister, could be one of the minister of the king, मंत्री के करीब होता है. ऑलमोस्ट एट द लेवल ऑफ अमात्य. ऐसे व्यक्ति को राजा का सारथी बनना चाहिए, आलतू फालतू कोई नहीं होता. So he was very ज्ञानी, very गुणी. Let's see what he was and what does he represent in today's world. The detached observer, सब देख रहा है. सब कुछ, but in a detached way. कहीं अटैचमेंट नहीं, कभी ये नहीं बोला कि हो ये मारा गया, ये मारा गया। जो DD1 DD2 में जब न्यूज आते थे ना, तब वैसे आते। अभी जो न्यूज आते हैं वैसे नहीं आते। अभी तो ऐसा लगता है कि गोली इनको ही लग गई है। कमर्शियल बना रही है, they themselves are actors, part of the action। गोली इनको लग गई है, यही मारामारी कर रही है, यही जाके बॉर्डर पे लड़ रही है, राइट? सो वैसा नहीं होना चाहिए। He was a proper commentator. So detached observer with clarity of vision. Thankfully, so he had that vision. He could see 360 degree from all the aspects कि यहाँ क्या चल रहा है, वहाँ क्या चल रहा है, मल्टीपल विजन्स रख पा रहा था चीजें, और जो लाइव चल रहा है वो धृतराष्ट्र को बताया पूरा। धृतराष्ट्र पहले ही पूछता है बताओ क्या चल रहा है, what is happening in the battlefield, and he starts describing the entire जिस तरीके से योजन का डिफरेंस है या फिर अक्षौहिणी का अरेंजमेंट है, व्यू का फॉर्मेशन है, सब एक एक करके बता रहा है। Translates battlefield chaos into structured, meaningful narrative. Imagine this. Suppose there is an event happening. Let's say you go for some kind of event, a musical event or something. And आप फोन पे अपने दोस्त को या फिर किसी अपने रिश्तेदार को बता रहे हो क्या चल रहा है, तो आप किस पे ध्यान रख रहे हो? जो स्टेज पे है उसी पे। जस्ट इमेजिन एक साथ 50 इवेंट चल रहे हैं और आप किसी को फोन पे बता रहे हो क्या चल रहा है। Is it easy to narrate all the 50 events? That battlefield was a field of 50 different events happening simultaneously. It was the wisdom of Sanjay which was picking up what is the most important thing for Dhritarashtra to know at this moment. तो सोल्जर भी लड़ रहे हैं, ये योद्धा लड़ रहे हैं, बट अभी कभी जब शिफ्ट होता है ना कि आप कृष्ण और अर्जुन और कर्ण के बीच में युद्ध हो रहा है, तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि बाकी लोग फ्रीज है वहां पे देख रहे हैं कृष्ण और अर्जुन, वो लोग भी लड़ रहे हैं। बट संजय knew at this moment the focus should be on this. This is the most important thing that should be narrated. At this moment the focus should be here. यहाँ से that requires a lot of wisdom, right? So translate battlefield chaos. There was so much of chaos into structured narrative, into structured, meaningful narrative that could be translated, relayed back to Dhritarashtra, step by step, in a very, very meaningful manner. सही ढंग से कर पा रहा था। और it is the beauty of the character of Sanjay which brought Mahabharata alive. And we were संजय के साथ साथ हम भी अपना कैमरा शिफ्ट कर रहे थे कि कहां पे फोकस करना। न्यूट्रल। क्या संजय को पता नहीं था कि धृतराष्ट्र सही है कि गलत है? क्या संजय को पता नहीं था दुर्योधन सही है कि गलत है? कृष्ण के क्या है उसको ऑलरेडी पता, बट फिर भी पूरे नैरेटिव में इसने अपने एलिमेंट्स नहीं लाए। He was remaining neutral. एक जगह पे ये आया भी, धृतराष्ट्र आस्क्स हिम, तुम्हें क्या लगता है ये सिद्ध का परिणाम क्या होगा? संजय कहता है महाराज भविष्यवाणी मेरे कर्म क्षेत्र के बाहर है। I am not supposed to give or predict something, right? I will tell you what is happening. That I can tell. Very nicely he answered that question. He evaded that response. उसके मन में था, वो बोल सकता था क्या होने वाला है, but नहीं। He also at one point he also said, शायद ये प्रतीक्षा भी आपके कर्म से जुड़ा हुआ है। So have patience, you will come to know what है। धृतराष्ट्र बीच में चिढ़ भी जाता है जब just imagine जब संजय वर्ड टू वर्ड कृष्णा के डायलॉग्स सुना रहा है धृतराष्ट्र को, तो धृतराष्ट्र को बीच में गुस्सा भी आ रहा है। धृतराष्ट्र initially was very happy when Gita starts. Dhritarashtra is very happy. Why? Arjuna has decided to quit. इससे अच्छी बड़ी न्यूज़ क्या हो सकती है, right? But then Krishna starts saying, कैसे हार मान सकते हो, उठाओ गांडी, तुमको लड़ना है, ये करना है। एंड उसी टोन में, उसी शहर में संजय पास कर रहा है इंफॉर्मेशन धृतराष्ट्र। धृतराष्ट्र इज गेटिंग एजिटेटेड। ही से तुम किसके साइड से हो भाई? Why are you saying all these things? मैं अपने से कुछ नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, जो भी है उनके शब्द है, मेरा साइड यहाँ पे इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है, मैं बस एक वाचक का दायित्व निभा रहा हूँ. I am performing the duty of a commentator, of a narrator. That's it. I don't have any biases over it. So preserves wisdom through narration. He preserves it. And he knows what to say, what not to say, and how to say. Let's move ahead and understand. So आप अच्छा अभी हमने दो पैटर्न देख लिए ना, अर्जुन और इसके अंदर कृष्ण के अंदर. आप गेस करो संजय जैसा कौन होना चाहिए? संजय का कैरेक्टर आज के डेट में आइडियली किसको रिप्रेजेंट करना चाहिए, या किसका रोल है जो आइडियली संजय से इंस्पायर होना चाहिए? मीडिया. वेरी नाइस. मीडिया. परफेक्ट. मीडिया शुड बी लाइक संजय. इज मीडिया टुडे लाइक संजय? वो खुद मतलब प्रोड्यूसर डायरेक्टर को नहीं है. Anybody else? Only media? Of course, media has lot to learn from Sanjay. Some other characters. Some close to us. Publishers हैं? Researchers आए हैं? Good. So I was waiting. मैं वही सोच रहा था कि researchers वाला आएगा, but वो आया नहीं. हम शायद थोड़ा बड़े लेवल पे सोच रहे हैं, हम भूल गए कि हम टीचर हैं यहाँ पे, या फिर हमको दो पेपर लिखने प्रोफेसर के लिए. Journalists or media narrating events for the world, they should ideally behave like as it is, जैसा है. But अभी क्या है? Media houses are owned by industrialists or political parties who wants their own narrative to go through. So how can they perform like Sanjay? संजय कौन था? संजय खुद में अनबायस था. संजय धृतराष्ट्र का रिलेटिव नहीं था जो उसको प्लीज करने के लिए वहां बैठा था. संजय को अपॉइंट ही इसके लिए गया था. व्यास खुद बोला था कि he is the right person because he will be able to handle this. Right? और आज ऐसा नहीं. कोई भी मीडिया चैनल ले लो, इधर इट इज अर्नड बाय कोई मतलब भुवनेश्वर में ले लो, it's owned by political parties or it is owned by business houses. And that अब वो अपने बारे में क्यों गलत छापेंगे? तो सच पता कैसे चलेगा? सच आएगा कैसे? As it is आएगा. संजय वाला विजडम है किधर? कहीं नहीं. So journalists, media, narrating events for the world, academics and researchers, as it is. पर हमारा ऐसा होता है. As it is करने जाओ तो हमारे कोई भी फाइंडिंग्स राइट नहीं बैठेंगे. 350 लोगों ने रिस्पॉन्ड किया है, उनके रिस्पॉन्स को एज इट इज अगर हम छापे तो वो कर्व बन ही नहीं रहा है जो हम बनाना चाहते हैं. सो इज इट संजय? नो, बिकॉज वी नो कि सामने वाला सुनना क्या चाहता है. सामने सुनने वाला चाहता है कि हाँ यस H0 रिजेक्टेड, तो हम उसको वही सुनाएंगे H0 रिजेक्टेड. एंड दिस इज नॉट जस्ट एकेडमिक रिसर्च, दिस हैपेंस एट हायर लेवल्स. बट इमेजिन इफ वी आर dutifully doing the job of a researcher by behaving like Sanjay. It's okay. 10 में से 9 पेपर रिजेक्ट भी हो जाए, नहीं भी छपे, जो एक छपेगा वो सही छपेगा, वो सच को लेके जाएगा, सत्य को. And that will be more credible than all the 9 put together, all the other 9 put together. So academics, researcher documenting, interpreting and analyzing, especially in this world. So when they started using AI for multiple purposes, we should give credit to it. And people have already started giving credit to AI for many things. And not just that credit, but also bringing the points which has actually come up when the research is going on. Publishers and communicators. हमसे एक स्टेप आगे हमारे publishers हैं. So if we try to manipulate at our end, they do it very similarly at their end. हम तो एक पेपर मैनिपुलेट कर रहे हैं, वो पूरा पूरा स्टोरी नहीं, पूरा सेक्टर मैनिपुलेट कर रहे हैं. वो लोग तो कल ही न्यूज़ आया ना, हिंदू में आया था, पूरा कार्टेल है, पूरा एक अलग बिजनेस चल रहा है उधर. राइट? There are different business which is going on, which have nothing to do with research. It's everything to do with the need to publish paper. What was the term that they were using? Paper mills. Paper mills. Publishers are communicators, channels through which knowledge travels. The channel through which it travels. The channel is hampered, doctored, and manipulated the real message will never reach him. We'll come back to this at the end and symbolize it in the form of a block diagram. Technology platforms, right? We all are on Instagram. We are all on Facebook or some kind of thing. किसी प्लेटफॉर्म पे नहीं हो? Only WhatsApp, which is that's good. But फिर WhatsApp पे ऐसे कुछ दूध का दुला नहीं है. So जो messages इस platform पे आते हैं, how much we can rely on them? Are these channels? How much can we rely on them? Maybe we have a lot of big question mark on it. First. Second, and this is an interesting question, another more important question. इन platforms पे क्या हम वो देखते हैं जो हम देखना चाहते हैं या हम वो देखते हैं जो कोई और दिखाना चाहता है? The second. And how many times we have this awareness कि हम वो देख रहे हैं जो कोई और दिखाना चाहता है? Suddenly now in last 1 month I have started shopping on Instagram. Without knowing why I am doing this.
Many times we get carried away actually.
Yeah, we get. Correct. Why? Because is that curiosity natural or triggered? That is something that we need to understand. That's triggered. Plus, what we do in marketing classes, we teach our students how to trigger that curiosity. Yeah? So that again hampers, disturbs the channel, which should be innocent, real, candid, original. नहीं हो. So this is a statement which is given by Sanjay. He says this in verse 1.47. Thus in the midst of the two armies, Arjuna, overcome with sorrow, sat down on the chariot, casting aside his bow and arrows, as it is जैसा हुआ वैसा. वैसे का वैसा उसने सुना. तो उस वक्त ये बोलकर अर्जुन ने अपना गांडी त्याग दिया और रथ पर बैठ गया, शंकाओं से भरा हुआ, कहा कि मुझसे युद्ध नहीं हो सकता, ना मुझसे गोविंद, ना मुझसे गोविंद, एंड वहां बैठ गया. जब इनके बीच में ये कॉन्वर्सेशन, जब अर्जुन वहां पे बैठ गया, कभी एक क्वेश्चन आया आपके दिमाग में कि वहां पे दुर्योधन क्या कर रहा था? पानी नहीं ले रहा था या फिर ऐसे थोड़ी देर वेट कर रहा था, अच्छा हो जाए इनका फिर बाकी लोग भी थे ना वहां पे, क्रिटिसाइज कर रहा था या फिर कुछ तो कर रहा था. बाकी सैनिक पीछे दूर कहीं सैनिक पता नहीं क्या गॉसिप कर रहे हैं बैठ के, यार चल क्या रहा है इसका. हाँ, many people are doing so many things. Soldiers at the back are just talking about.
Sanjay has told that also.
नहीं, वही that is the point we are coming to. So even maybe the soldiers at the back they are discussing कि पता नहीं इस वॉर का कोई परफॉर्मेंस बोनस मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, क्या होने वाला है, एक्स्ट्रा इंसेंटिव मिलेगा नहीं मिलेगा, क्या मिल रहा है. But then Sanjay is clear. Right now in this battlefield, the most important element where we should focus is this. So hence let me narrate this to Dhritarashtra. So यही सबसे ज़्यादा important, because it was his vision of the movie. And this slowed very carefully, very nicely puts it across. हो गया? कितने characters हो गए? 3. Now we have 2 more to do. Okay. Next one, very interesting. Dhritarashtra was listening. He was a very important stakeholder in this war. Maybe one of the prime reason or the causes for this battle.
Yes.
Right. So let's see how he was and what he represents. Dhritarashtra, blind. परमहंस योगानंद की एक किताब है, which is an adaptation of Bhagavad Gita. The name of the book is Arjuna Speaks to the God. ऐसा करके उस किताब के अंदर परमहंस योगानंद ने एक अलग ही पैरेलल फिलॉसफी दी है भगवद गीता. कहीं पढ़ना और 2-3 लोगों के साथ पढ़ना, क्योंकि अकेले आप 2 पेज के आगे नहीं पढ़ पाओगे. वेरी डिफिकल्ट अनलेस यू हैव सम बायोलॉजी का बेस या फिर कुछ मेडिकल साइंस का एनाटॉमी का बेस है, आप आगे नहीं बढ़ पाओगे. उन्होंने पूरा गेम को पलट के रख दिया है उस किताब के अंदर. इट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट गेम. सो blind physically, but why Dhritarashtra in the story has to be blind? Because he is also blind with respect to his ability to think rationally. So blind, symbolically or figuratively, he is blind due to attachment to his sons. Putra moha is a disease that is suffering throughout this Mahabharata. Okay? So symbolically he is blind due to excessive attachment. And when we get attached to something, only then our ability to think rationally goes for a toss. Only then. Otherwise, we can also understand. We understand. दूसरे के लाइफ में चलने वाली चीजों को हम कैसे ऐसे सॉल्व कर लेते हैं? हाँ, right. For a king, it was not appropriate. For a king, it was not. So the mohe. Well, depends, sir. I'm happy that teachers, mentors, authors, visionaries, people who create educational institutes, people who give shape to policies, policy documents,